guys, I'm ChezPride and welcome back to another Sims 4 news related video. In this video, I'm covering most of the Sims news from the last week, pretty much since like the day before Halloween. This week we got a patch with not only new items and collaborations with Simmers around the world, but also coming with more than 150 bug fixes. So in today's video, I want to go over every bug fix in the list and even highlight some of the ones and show them off with the family that I made for this video, and also show off all the new objects and build and create a sim. Plus just talk about some other Sims news that came out and happened this week. Now, I'm sure most of you have downloaded patches at this point before and probably have already downloaded this patch by now, because I was wanting to do this video when I had time to completely focus on it. I wasn't worrying about work the next day or not feeling my best. Plus, I wanted to have all my mods back for showing some of this stuff off. But I like to always say this just in case you haven't downloaded it yet. If you haven't downloaded this patch yet, make sure that you back up your save files in your tray folder, take out your mods, make sure they don't need to be updated before putting them back in after you download the patch. And keep in mind, it's a pretty big patch compared to normal, so it's probably going to take a little bit longer than normal to install. And we also need to keep in mind, when one bug gets fixed, more tend to appear, or sometimes they don't get 100% fixed and they come back. Let's keep in mind that this is the stuff that they are saying is fixed for now, but it is mainly based off the EA forums and community complaints. So I feel like that is a good start at least. But we have tons of things to talk about, and I have a ton of things to show you all in-game on platforms like Discord and Twitter, as well as articles straight from the EA website. So let's go ahead and jump straight into this with this little video just starting out that the Sims team put out the day before Halloween. Just kind of announcing, hey, we hear the community complaining. We're trying to fix it now. We're checking the EA forums. We're working on it. And this is what is kind of a preview of what is coming. And really, I just kind of want to show it because it's filmed by SimGuruNinja, and I love SimGuruNinja, and I'm sorry he's not on Twitter anymore. I mean, Twitter by far is not like the best place to really be. Like, I really only show stuff on Twitter if it's best like formatted on Twitter. So like the videos like this, I feel like best show up on the screen on Twitter. And then like people's accounts, like creators' accounts, I try to show on Twitter if I'm not showing them somewhere else. I try not to show too much on Twitter, but today we're starting out on Twitter nonetheless. So it is just a 33-second little clip, but it's SimGuruNinja and it has cute animations. We're gonna go ahead and watch it real quick so you kind of know what we're about to jump into. So let's go ahead and play this video.
Sul Simmers. As promised, we've been heads down on our big bug fixes, addressing the top community voted issues. On November 4th, we'll deliver over 150 fixes. No bug is safe, so here's what to expect. Find the full list in our laundry list, and more fixes are on the way. Keep reporting. Thank you for sticking with us.
Alright, first of all, how cute is the fact that they literally are putting actual people's hate comments and like complaints in the beginning of the video. I do love the animation. I was a little sad about how unhappy SimGuruNinja looked in the video, but with the whole EA sellout right now, like I can't really blame them. Like, I feel like that's going to be the whole team's mentality right now, but still, it was SimGuruNinja. I decided to show it. But if you scroll below, you'll actually see that on Halloween, they had a little discussion on Discord where SimGuruNinja, which is Dave, and Alex went on, like I said, Discord and answered some questions that the people were asking about how they, I guess really what it boiled down to is how they like prepare the games. People were trying to be like, hey, you need to fix this bug, but that's not what the Discord chat was about. Instead of going through the whole Discord chat and like like picking out like questions that people are asking that were not related to bug fixes, because this is supposed to kind of be a chat about how the Sims team and producers work on The Sims. So I just went ahead and just searched up Sim Guru Ninja's comments from this post, and I'm just going to kind of give a quick preview of basically what he said. So like, he started out saying, "Hi everyone, your favorite worst sim dev is here. Time to spend some time with you all today. I've been a producer on the Sim team for a very long time. I'm excited to chat." They're saying they can't, respond to everyone, but they're going to try. And starting out, it says, "Yes, test fixes against all packs installed." This, they're saying they don't just test it against the base game, because some people are like being like, "Hey, there's so many bugs when a new pack comes out. Are you guys not even testing it?" They're saying, yes, they're testing it. It's just they don't catch everything, because The Sims is such a complicated simulation game. They are saying that the black photo issue is going to be fixed. And then it says, "All current fixes coming November are contained in a laundry list," which we have already gone over in this channel. So they're trying to be like, "Hey, let's not talk too much about the bugs here." And then it says it has a spotlight along it. They're ones that we've gravitated towards first. And pretty much they're saying here, like, they gravitate towards what is the highest on the EA bug form, which I have shown off in previous videos how you can go to the EA forums and just like people's comments that are saying, "Hey, I'm having this problem," if you're having that problem. And if you don't see people saying they have this problem, you can put it on there. And then it says, "Awaiting additional reports" means that you could reproduce information on developers needing to slate, so saying don't repeat stuff. It says, "We are trying to discover specific triggers and believe that it can be a core issue, and we called out in patch notes as clear as possible." So they're just trying to saying if there's any other triggers that we're not catching, then maybe do that. Let's see. And then there's another page that if we go back here, there's a whole nother list, and they are responding to specific questions, but I'm trying to get the ones that are just like kind of generally answered. We're continuing to give modders early info. They can get their mods updated as fast as possible, which they do have that in one of these. I think it's the Sim Direct, I'm not sure, but one of these panels, they have a direct download for modders to download the core information so they can update their mods faster, which I will say MC Command Center did update really quickly, so I'll be really happy about that. If it is high on our radar, it's something we're deeply looking into, and we have to have enough time to basically sort out the potential dangers and whatnot. Let's see. And then it says stair railings are particularly complicated. So apparently people are asking probably about spiral stairs, if I'm really guessing. And then it says, it looks like we have several infant issues to look at, and they tend to be pretty deep and complicated. So we're proceeding carefully. So they're saying they have fixed some infant stuff, but not all. It says we still have access to the old H&Q and use it to gather info, so not lost to us. So they're saying the H&Q that they used before the EA forms, that they still have access to that, and they're still gathering data from that as well as the EA forms. And then apparently someone asked if they took their early access reports seriously, because they're like, "Hey, people are saying this is being a problem and you're not fixing it before the pack comes out." And it says, yes, we are taking them seriously, and we're trying to fix it prior to the release if we can. And then, talking about tons of wedding stories and dine out issues. They generally try to work down the list of player reports, but sometimes we have developers free to jump on some smaller issues. For example, there's no top animation issue, so an animator is free to work on some of the smaller issues while engineers work on the top issues. So that's why some of them getting fixed sooner than others, depending on how big or small they are. And let's see what else. It's pretty much everything else is just saying great questions, and let's wrap this up and have a great day. So that's basically what happened. He really only said like 40 results. So there wasn't much to go off here, but they were kind of trying to like be like, hey, let's not focus on these bug issues, but this is how we test things. This is how we produce things. This is how we try to prep things before they come out. Yes, we take people seriously and report on the EA forum. So that's basically a summary of what they had to say about this. So now what I want to do is I kind of want to start going through the 150 community voted fixes article. And this was released on the 4th, so just a couple of days ago. From here, we'll kind of stretch out and go throughout. So pretty much, I'm going to read the intro, and then I have a couple of things to talk about in the article before we jump into game, like this 100K member challenge winner, and I have something on Discord to show off about that. Then we'll talk more specifically about the new collection inspired by West Africa, because I have a whole nother article pulled up on that. And then from there, we're going to jump into the game. I'm going to show off all of the objects from those two things. And then as well, I have already gone through the whole list of bug fixes, and I have set a whole gameplay, like 2 day of gameplay, where I'm going to start in Creative Sim, and then we're going to go into build mode, and then we're going to go into gameplay and show off what I think is like highlights from the bug fixes and things that they're adding into the game. And then we're going to go to the actual bug fixes, which are down here, and we are going to read each one, and we'll talk about the ones that I didn't show off in game or in Creative Sim or build mode. So that's kind of what we have to go here. As you can see, there are so many bug fixes. It's just going to be a whole handful to go through. But let's go ahead and start with the intro of the article. So it says, Social Simmers, today's update features a extensive list of over 150 bug fixes based on the feedback from the EA forums and social media. You told us what was blocking the fun, and we prioritize those fixes to get you right back to it. Along with some of those fixes, we have a free content showcasing West African themed items for Creative Sim and build mode, a new lock hairstyle, and community made items celebrating major milestones. Stay tuned for including more 2 new creator kits dropping November 13th, which is next Thursday. We'll get into those in a little bit. And then it says, for the most up-to-date information, follow the Sims Direct and the Sims Discord, or visit the EA forums, which is most hopefully where I'm showing you this stuff from. So I will come back to the West African inspired thing. I want to actually jump into the Discord 100 member challenge winner. So basically, to celebrate reaching 100K members, our Discord community earlier this year, we had a challenge that gave one lucky Simmer the challenge to work with our team and design a concept for an item that would be added to The Sims 4. So we did go over that when that was going on. And it says, we are thrilled to share the result of that. Add a brand new party dress concept by Sarah, the winner of our 100K member challenge earlier this year. This dress is inspired by my childhood in Beaverbrook, Canada, my younger self doing ballet for a short period of time, and my childhood love for my dolls. A sweet tribute to the graceful, playful memories and creativity that shapes me growing up. So I will go into Creative Sim and show off that dress. It is for female children and female teens and up. So pretty much children and up have this new dress. It's very similar to another dress we have, but it's a lot cuter. So we'll go over that dress. But also we have the new collection inspired by West Africa. So we are always excited to add more cultural pieces to the Sims, Creative Sim, and build mode. And this time we are focused on colors, textures, and silhouettes that are familiar to West African culture. Enjoy a platter of flavorful... Okay, I'm just going to say this now. I suck at pronouncing things, and if I pronounce or mispronounce any of this, I suck. I'm a stupid American. I'm sorry. But it says jollof rice, paired with well-seasoned drumsticks with brand new recipes, perfect for dinners with the family or eventful get-together. Check out the new lock hairstyle and create outfits for the whole family, young and old, which there is stuff for every single age, including infants. And enchant any space with new decor items that with earth tones, natural textures that invoke warmth of West African home. Stay tuned for more details coming up in our new post, and that is the post we're about to read right now. So it says, celebrate West African design in The Sims 4. The latest Sims 4 update celebrates vibrant designs of West Africa with new free build, buy, and create some items, bring creativity and culture into your Sims homes and their wardrobes. We are exploring new ways to help players tell stories in-game to reflect their own personal lives in partnership with the Pan-African Gaming Group, PAGG for short, a group of Simmers with direct connections to West African countries and lived experience across the Black diaspora in the UK and North America. We've ensured every item honors the cultural traditions that inspires the releases, which honestly, I just love when the Sims team just pairs up with people that actually know what they're talking about when it comes to culture in different places across the world, because the Sims team is based in America, and like I said, you know, Americans can be stupid, and I feel like the Sims team really does try to be inclusive, not counting this whole EA buyout. We're not talking about EA, we're talking about the Sims team here, and I feel like they try to be very inclusive, and they've definitely been playing this for a while now. This is definitely not just like a whole like try to grab because EA is being bought out and people are boycotting and whatnot. I feel like this is something that's actually been planned out for a while, so it's not them trying to grasp the straws here. The timing is just bad. But I'm actually pretty excited for most of these objects. So it says, the collaboration has been seamless and deeply fulfilling, allowing us to help shape content that honors the beauty and complexity of West African culture, says some of the members of this. So we do have a little video here. I'm not going to play the sound on it, but it just kind of shows off all the objects. So we have this new suit here. It comes with some shirts for other people. We also have earrings. We have a new basket, a new painting, a new rug, a new lamp, a new pillow, and a new plant, aloe vera, which I'm very happy about. Here's the cushion, and here's some of the outfits on the kids. Like I said, there's stuff for infants through adults. You can see the shirt here, the new locks. There's a colored and non-colored version that I found. There's a new headdress. Like I said, new earrings, the new recipe here, and just so much new stuff that is shown in this little trailer. So I'm super excited to be jumping into game and showing you all this. But first, I want to give you some background information and kind of a exact name of all the items that are being added. So it says, give your build a pop of something special. So this is all stuff that is African based. So again, if I mispronounce this, I'm so sorry. But the Ula lamp with a woven shade, Itra cushion, visions of home decorative art, which is the picture, Wallabu woven basket, Hiwi area rug, and West African aloe plant, which I love an aloe plant, so super excited. But it says flavors from the African content. So your Sims can now cook jollof rice with a side of chicken drumsticks, a beloved dish with regional variants across countries like Senegal, Nigeria, and Nigande. I always mispronounce that. This is a one-pot meal of a long grain rice, vegetables, spices, and meat rich and flavorful, perfect for parties and celebrations. For the chefs that love bold omelette, style your kitchen with the decor object of the trio flavor, presenting in a natural wooden bowl, each ingredient found in the bowls with a role in the West African cuisine. The nutritious and versatile bamaran bean with its mild taste and tiny guinea cube brings a flash of fruity heat and pods containing grains of paradise that deliver a bold warmth with hints of ginger cardamom. They actually are only introducing one new actual recipe that you can cook. And I think you have to be level 3 to cook it. But you also have a new build and buy object that looks like food, which I don't know. I never put like objects that look like food besides like fruit bowls in my build, but I'm appreciating the culture. And then it says, the fashion is a form of storytelling. Have your Sims stand out in style and color with fashion inspired by West African designs, mixing herbative patterns with striking new jeweled tones. New items now available in Create a Sim, including vibrant jumpsuit, bold patterned shirts, and a playful printed dress for toddlers, children. You can accessorize your Sims with earrings and head wraps to tie it all together. These will be perfect for us about any event for expressing Sims' personal style. Or why not have the whole family in matching outfits for a special occasion? Each item's pattern and color tells a special story. This update celebrates West Africa and the traditions that shape our worlds. Our work doesn't stop there. Our commitment to expand representation and player choice will continue. Dag. So that is the whole little article we have there. So from here, I want to go ahead and jump into game. I have quite a few things to show you. We're going to start on Create a Sim. I have 2 different families to go over things with you guys with, and then we're going to go into build mode, and then I have a ton of stuff in game mode to show you guys that it kind of highlights most of the thing. Well, not most, but a lot of the things in the patch notes that I feel like I can show off in game pretty easily. And then, like I said, we'll go over the actual patch notes and come here and show that off, as well as talk about the creator kits. But like I said, let's go ahead and jump into game, starting with Create a Sim. So this first half of the Create a Sim video, I'm going to be showing off with the Awuzu family. And this is the family we're going to be doing most of our gameplay with. And then in the second half of the Create a Sim, I have another little family that I've started that we are going to finish and show off the rest of the stuff I wanted to highlight in Create a Sim. And then both of those families are going to be neighbors in our gameplay. The first outfits I want to show off, like I said, are the ballet dress that Sarah did when she won the 100k Discord member contest, and it is for feminine adults and feminine children. So children and up for the feminine category have this new dress. So I want to show off the actual dress on the adult just because it's a little bit bigger and easier to see. But I definitely feel like this is a dress I'm going to be using on children more often than adults. So I have went ahead and put it on the female daughter as well. And I want to show off the swatches on her little dress. And I feel like the bow is the cutest from the back. You can see the wrinkles really well. So I kind of want to show it off from the back. So we have this, and all of this is base game. So we have it in a light blue, a mint green, which the bow is not white on the mint green, or the yellow. Interesting. Or the pink. I guess is the bow only white on the blue one? Or is okay, it's white on the last one as well. Okay, interesting. I thought it was going to be like a white bow for all of them, but I guess not. I haven't looked at the swatches for any of this yet. So we have a blue with white bow, a mint with a mint bow, a yellow with a yellow bow, a pink with a pink bow, a purple with a blue bow, purple with a purple bow, a black with a grayish black bow, a cream with a cream bow, a blue polka dot with a blue bow, that's fun, a pink polka dot with a pink bow. This will go so well with the swimsuit I give almost all of my female little daughter Sims. We have a little, it looks like it has like hearts and, no, is it flowers? I can't tell if it's flowers or hearts. I don't know. They're cute little floral type outfits with sparkles with an orange bow, and then that same pattern but in like blues and pinks with a white bow. So that is the new little dress here. I am obsessed with it. And if you actually like this dress, which I think I'm actually going to give it to her. Let's give it to her in the purple and blue. But if you like this dress, there is actually a challenge up on Discord right now. And it's hashtag TS4-dress-info that has all of this information on it. And it's called The Sims 4 Ballet's Dress Styling Challenge. I'm just going to read it straight out to you guys. So it says, show off your creativity and celebrate the winner of the 100K challenge, Sarah. Your mission. Style the Beaver Brook ballet dress, now available in base game, which I just showed you, in Creative Sim, shown below, and show your most stunning and fun or creative looks. Want to go the extra mile? Add a short story caption bringing your sim to life, and we love a good backstory. And this is how you enter. Our 100k winner dress and take a screenshot of it. Post it in the hashtag TS4-dress-entries, and then optional entries include a short caption or story about your styled looks. Please remember that you only can use that hashtag for the entries. You can use CC custom content items as long as it aligns with our server rules. So the prizes is 10 random winners will each receive one of the Sims 4 expansion pack of their choice, obviously for free. And the important dates is you have to have the submission in by November 18th, which is 11 days away, so probably by the time I get this video posted, 10 days away, and the winners will be announced on the 21st, so right before Thanksgiving pretty much. And it says no purchase necessary, and you must be 13 or plus to enter. So that is the whole little competition they have up for this dress. Now let's jump into what they gave us with the African update, starting with the adult female sim. They obviously, as you can kind of see, gave us outfits for all the ages with this pattern. So I'm assuming they're all going to have the same color swatches. But let me show you what they additionally added as well. So they added this new headdress. I just put it in the green swatch because it matched this outfit. The first swatch is actually a cream swatch, and it also comes in black, blue, teal, brown, green, neon green like I already showed you, white, a peachy orange, a fuchsia pink, plum purple, a bright red, a more orangey tan, a darker teal, a bright yellow, and then we have some patterns. So we have like an orange and purple pattern. We have another orange and purple pattern. We have a green and brown pattern. We have like a white with like yellows, reds, and greens. We have a very bright like yellow, red, green, blue pattern. We have a cheetah pattern, a blue cheetah pattern, orange, tan, and black type scarf, a very colorful and black scarf, and then a very warm toned and black scarf. So, or is this a headdress or a scarf? Is a headdress made out of a scarf? I don't want to be rude. I don't want to offend anyone's culture. But I like the neon green just because it matched the default swatch on this little outfit here. As far as accessory goes, females also have these new earrings that are apparently African style based. So let's go ahead and look at those earrings real quick. So it comes in this like brown and neutral color. It comes in this like brown swirl. It comes in this red with a brown swirl, a green with like a striped pattern, orange and red, yellow and blue. We have pinks. We have red, black and white. We have blues and purples. We have tans and browns, whites and beiges, and all black. So those are some really nice earrings. Honestly, I feel like we need more earrings in the base game. Like, we just don't have enough. So I do appreciate that. I'll put them in the white to go with this little ball outfit, which I don't know why she's wearing. Honestly, I should probably take this outfit off of her, but because it shows off the earrings when the headdress can't. I hate when they give us two objects, but you can't pair them together. Like, you can't pair these earrings with the headdress. Like, they're on, but you can't see them because the headdress covers them up, which is realistic, but it's just like, you know what I mean? But we do have all that for the adult feminine sim. And also notice while we're here, one of the things that they mentioned in the notes is that the categories, like when you go to the main categories, like in makeup and accessories, they specifically said accessories. I'll check makeup in a minute. That now shows all of the items. We had this glitch going on for a while where it was like only showing piercings, and then it wouldn't show the glasses. It wouldn't show the necklaces. You had to go into the each glasses and necklaces specifically. So let's see if that's really fixed. Yep, it is fixed. You can see the glasses now You can see the necklaces. Okay, so you can just do that with the accessories. I'm assuming it's the same with the body accessories because that was also a problem there. Let's see. It looks like all the accessories are in the main tab in the body. Now let's check makeup because they didn't say makeup. But I'm hoping. Yes, they fixed it in makeup too. Okay, so all the items in makeup are available on the first tab. You don't have to go into specific categories anymore. Goodness, that was so annoying. That is something that is fixed. Also, another thing I noticed that it fixed, I'll just go ahead and say it while I'm here before I keep reviewing the items, is I thought it was fixed. It was fixed earlier. Okay, when I created a new family, this was not a problem, but now it's a problem again. Okay, I was gonna say they didn't mention it in the patch notes and it fixed, but apparently it only fixes for new Sims. When you load into Sims you've already created, it's still there. This is so annoying. Why is the little circle, like the icons are circling and sparkling, and it's just like, I've seen everything in the category. There's nothing new. I just wish they had fixed that. Okay, well, I was about to brag on them, but never mind. Never mind. All right, let's just jump into the items, I guess. As far as the items goes, they all have either shirts or full body outfits. So the females mainly have full body outfits, but females and males have shirts. Well, technically, the females on the kids and younger, I turned off the female category. So it is technically masculine category, but you can turn off the female category and get it. They all have the same swatches that I'm about to show on this outfit, which I haven't looked at these swatches yet, so I'm pretty happy about it. So let's go ahead and look at the swatches on this. We have this full body jumper for the adult females. I find it interesting they didn't give them the dress, like even a long version of the dress, but you know, this is fine. But we have a neon green, we have a purple and orange, we have a teal and like fuchsia pink, which is really pretty. We have like a cream. We have a different pattern in like creamy colors. We have that same pattern but more bright yellow, blues, and orange. Same pattern but red or teal and fuchsia again. And we have like a galaxy purple and blue. Really nice. We have a solid teal bottom and a purple and blue stripe. We have a solid white and that same stripe but just in dark and light pink. Same thing, blue but yellow and white. And then orange and pink and white. And then we have a brown with a black and gray, which honestly this looks really nice. Now I did match her headdress to this already, so I'm gonna give her this. This is for the full adult female, and now we have the adult male. So as you can see, the males have a shirt, but also they have a hair. So this is a new hair. We did get a preview of this hair a long time ago when it was in the making, but this is the final product and result, and it comes in a colored and non-colored version. So I gave the colored version to the adult and the non-colored version to the male kid. So let's look at the colored version first, just because it's a little bit more fun. So this watch, we're going from the beginning, has orange ends, we have blue ends, we have like more reddish orange ends, red ends, purple ends, green ends, bright pink ends on the red, blue ends on the red, bright orange on the orange. We have like a darker blonde on the end of a lighter blonde. We have a light blonde with a pink. We have the orange with the green, orange with orange, blonde with purple, all ice. That's just all icy gray. There's no difference there. There's blonde with blue. There's a gray with dark tip gray. There's purple with like a vibrant purple on the end. Pink with yellow tips. Blue with teal tips. Teal with purple tips. Green with bright green tips. Brown with light brown tips. And gray with white at the end. So that's all the like fun colors. And then if we go ahead and go to this little guy, he's showing off all the colors, just the normal plain colors. Which, wait a minute, since when can kids have, what? Is that just this hair? Since when can kids have pink, teal, blue, pink, and purple hair. That's not an option on any of the other hairs. It's just this hair. Does that mean eventually all of the kids' hairs are going to have color? Wait, hold on. We'll find another hair that has colored tips. Yeah, this one doesn't have it. Find a hairstyle that has colored tips in a different See the half and half one doesn't have it. This doesn't have it. Why does this hair? Okay, maybe I'm reading too much into this. It could be just a glitch. But are they giving us? Are they gonna give us colored hair for kids? Like, I would love that. I would love to be able to dye my kids' hair, like especially in like a color challenge. Oh my god! I mean, I don't know if they would go as far as doing for toddlers and infants, but I hope they would. I may be reading too much into this, but that got me really excited. Oh god. Okay. Anyways, we're on adult male. Focus. Okay, so adult males have this shirt that has all the same patterns here. So it has all the same patterns as the one piece that the adult had. I'm not going to repeat the colors. Oh, but the solids have some like pockets on it. Okay. That's fun. So it's not just full print shirt. There's some solids with like fun pockets. Okay, I think I'm going to give him the teal and fuchsia because I thought they looked really nice together. And then let's see. Let's go to the sun to show off. This is literally the same shirt just on a kid. So I'm going to show it off on him. Maybe we can give him one of the more plain patterns. Like we can give him like the brown. I feel like that's really nice for him. And then the females have a dress. So the female kids have a little dress and it has all the same patterns, but it's just in a little dress form, which honestly, I think the feather colors and the stripes look really nice on this dress. Like this is definitely all matchy, but this is a little different. Like it's the same thing, but it's a little different. I don't know. I appreciate that. I appreciate there being a little bit of variety here. And I think I'm going to give her the blue and purple stripe. Kind of zebra vibes, like fun zebra vibes. And then we have for the toddler and infant, I just did a male toddler and a female infant, but I gave them both the female and male. So they have a male for the shirt and a female dress. But let's look at the male shirt. So it's literally just a smaller version of the other shirts the other two ages have. There they are. Maybe I'll give this baby, I don't know, maybe we'll do this one because I thought this looked really nice. And then they have the same thing but in dress form. I have to turn off the masculine filter to get to it. But as you can see, it has all the same matching swatches. And I think it's really nice. And since they had this, so it kind of looks the same. It's the same colors, but it's just slightly different. This has feathers and this has like designs. It's cute though, and it matches, so I'll give it to them. And then on the infant, literally same thing, dress and shirt, but just on infants. So this is the dress on the little infant girl. I don't know. What should we give her? We could give her maybe the orange and purple. And then also, if you turn off the feminine filter, you can find the same shirt in all the same patterns, the same shirt that's been on all the other masculine Sims. So I'll give the purple to her as well on that one. There we go. So the whole family is dressed up. We do also have a ghost in our family and a dog in our family, and we will get to that in the gameplay. But the dog is named Draco, and he is adorable. I just randomized him like this and just changed the eye colors. The eye colors are already two different colors, but I just changed it to be more fitting for the coat. It came with the cross-eyed and the goofy ears and the fluffiness. I was like, love this dog. So we have that. And now for the rest of what I want to show off and highlight in Creative Sim from the 150 bug fixes, I want to go ahead and show off another family that is our neighbors in the save file. So this is our second family that I want to show off. The other half of the Creative Sim stuff I want to highlight from the bug fixes. And this is our couple, Shane and his wife, Jacqueline. And with this family, I want to show off the genetics and how they've, quote, improved as far as they have said. And then a couple of things that have to do with kids and younger. But as you have noticed, there is no kids in this family. So you guys know I had to do another what if these Sims had babies in The Sims 4. But we're going to be doing it just a little bit different to fit what I need. So basically, I'm going to create 2 teens, 2 children, 1 infant, and 1 toddler. And we'll do 1 male, 1 female each for the kid and teen. And then we'll probably do a little boy toddler and a little girl infant. That'll be a full household, but it should test the genetics. And pretty much what they're saying is genetics are going to be more easily passed down. They specifically said in Create a Sim, I don't know if that includes Sims are having babies in game. Basically, if you guys know, I love playing with this little random play with genetics tool, basically. And they're saying the genetics are improved on this. So they're saying if the same parents have like the same feature or close to the same feature, like they both have big noses, which I gave these Sims like literally the exact same nose and the exact same lips. So they're saying if they have the same, the kids are going to get the same or similar. But if they have different, it's going to like combined between the two better and feature one or the other instead of just being completely random. So, like I said, with these Sims, I gave them the same nose and the same lips. But I gave them different ears, different skin tone, different eyes, and different hair color. So we'll see how well the genetics work. And we're just going to do this really fast. We're not going to take a lot of time with this. We're not going to pick out outfits. We're literally just going to kind of randomize them and then probably give them like styled look. Let's go ahead. I normally start with the youngest, even though it's like would go the other way around. But like I said, we're going to do an infant daughter. So we're going to enter both the parents and we're going to randomize 3 times and see how well their genetics pass down. We might age them up into a teen just to see. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's go here. And all right, let's take off the hats. So we have dad's hair color, dad's eye color, I believe, because mom has fairy eyes, which I'll get to the reason in a little bit. They definitely have a big nose. I can't tell on the ears, but I think the lips are the same. So let's just quickly age her up into a teen so we can actually see full-on genetics. Oh, that was weird. It like zoomed into her crotch. Okay. But she definitely has her mom's nose, or her dad and mom's nose and lips. Everything else. She has dad's small eyes and dad's eye color, I believe. And dad's hair color, but mom's skin tone. Okay, so let's age her down to an infant. The scanning on the camera is weird. Okay, that's the first glitch I'm seeing. Okay, let's see what her name's gonna be. Let's see, Stacy. Stacy, you are calm and your outfit works for now. I'm just gonna give you a cuter hair. All right, Stacy, you're our little infant girl. Now let's go ahead and do a little toddler boy. See how the genetics go down to the sun. All right, so let's go ahead and randomize 3 times and see what we get. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm seeing big nose, same lip. I'm thinking gonna have big eyes, but dad's eye color, mom's hair color and skin tone, and I'm thinking small ears. But let's see what they look like when they age up. Oh, lots of makeup. Okay, but the eyes and the lips are slightly different, but they're pretty similar, so I'll take that. The ears are mom's ears, mom's hair color, skin tone, dad's eye color, and dad's eye shape for sure. But the roundness of the face is a little bit random, so I'll take it. So this is our infant or our toddler son. They have the new shirt, so I'm gonna run with it. Maybe just do a pair of pants that work better, like these. Okay, you can have the new shirt. That's fine. Who are you? What's your name? You are independent. You know what? That checks out. That checks out. Okay. And like I said, we're going to do 2 kids and 2 teens. Let's go ahead and play with genetics. Look, we're doing the kid son first. Oh, what is with the skin tone? This is not either one of their skin tones. Well, let's randomize and see how it goes. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, cowboy baby. Purple eyes. Don't know where it came from. The nose, I can't tell. Lips are definitely the kids or the parents. Ears, I feel like are going to be slightly big, but maybe I'll be wrong. Brown hair, so dad's hair color and mom's skin tone. Okay, let's go ahead and accept him and then age him up into a teen and see what we got. Okay, so purple eyes. Don't know where it came from. But the nose and lips are close. Definitely has dad's ears. Actually has dad's hairstyle and hair color. So that's a thing. But I don't mind the sim. Definitely smaller eyes. All the kids so far have dad's eyes shape. Okay, so let's age him down to a child and see what our green cowboy with purple eyes is going to be named. 1, 2, 3. Brian. Okay, Brian, you can have the motor and random trait, not gloomy. Perfectionist, that's fine. You're a perfectionist, rambunctious scamp. I think that checks out. And now we will go ahead and do a daughter who is a child and see what we get with her. So 1, 2, 3. All right. Very tomboy daughter. All right. So we got dad's hair, colored, eye color. Honestly, I don't know where the skin tone came from. It's very red. I that's the second time I'm seeing that too. So that's interesting. But I think the nose and the lips are going to be the same. I think the ears are going to be big, but kind of close to the head. So let's see what they look like as a teen. All right. Yeah, okay. I can't see her ears because of her hair. We'll just give her a short hair because she had short hair as a kid. Okay, actually tinier ears, but so close to the head. Same nose and lips. Her eyes are definitely her dad's. Hair color, her dad. I still don't know where the skin color came from. You know, this is fine. It's like a medium between the two, I guess. Which I guess is realistic. It's just, I don't know what the red is coming from because neither of them have like really red toned skin. But maybe they didn't fit the genetics for the skin. They did specifically say more like ears, nose, eyes, shapes, and whatnot. I'm just testing all the boundaries here. So let's go ahead and age her back down into a child. Let's see. Oh, the hair changed. Why did the hair change? Why didn't it just stay? I guess because I changed it on the adult shape. Okay, well maybe we can give her like this cut. That's cute. All right, but let's go ahead and give her a name. 1, 2, 3. Anne. Let's see. What is your trait? You are athletic. That makes sense. We will also give you the motor aspiration then. All right. And now the two teens. This is where I feel like it's really going to test the genetics because you're going straight into teenage years. So it's basically like young adults. So we're going to start with the son teenager. So 1, 2, and 3. All right. Warm skin tone again. Not the same as this one, but still an orange, reddish skin tone. Not sure where that's come from, but definitely mom's eye shape, dad's eye color, mom's hair color. Nose and lips are staying true. I can kind of see his ears. They're big. He has dad's monkey ears. All right. But this is our child. Let's see. What is your name, sir? Lewis. Okay, Lewis, let's randomize your traits. You can be a bro and good, and you can, you know what, you can be a master actor. Sure. You can be a bro that's a master actor. I mean, it kind of makes sense with the outfit. All right. But now, for the last to create our family, we are going to create a teenage daughter, which is the one I am most excited for. So let's see what she turns out like. So 1, 2, and 3. Oh, okay. So definitely dad's skin tone. I don't know where the blue eyes came from, but dad's eye shape, mom's hair color, the nose and the lips are staying true, a very tiny chin and wide face, which is interesting. And you know what? I don't hate the outfit. It kind of goes with the hair. All right. So we kind of saw what they were saying was true with the genetics. Like the things that were similar definitely stayed the same. They definitely got most of their genetics from their parents. There wasn't too many randoms. The most randoms were the skin color and the eye color, but they didn't address those. And let's give her a name. 1, 2, 3. Joseline. Joseline, let's give you some traits. You can be let's see, give you some decent traits at least. Oh my god, none of these traits are that great. Okay, well, we have plant lover and competitive. That's fine. And I guess you can also be into athleticism then if you're competitive. Sure. All right. But this is our little family. And the last things I wanted to show you guys were actually, okay, so the first I'm going to show off, I guess, because it said for children and younger that we would now have access to fairy eyes. And the mom actually has fairy eyes. And it actually didn't say all fairy eyes. It says children and younger will have 10 out of 18 of the fairy eyes. So this, let's see. I know that's a fairy eye. That's a mermaid eye. So this should be, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 10. Okay, yeah. So that's 10 of the fairy eyes. So we have this one. We have this one. We have this one. We have this one. Really pretty with his shirt. I might give him that one. We have this one. This is the one the mom has. So I'm surprised none of the kids got this, considering that fairy eyes can now be given to these age groups. We also have this one, this one, this one, and this one. So now pretty much all age groups have these eyes. Adults have 8 other fairy eyes. Let's go ahead and give him these, and then maybe we can give the infant the mom's red eyes. So we can give her mom's red eyes. And I'm not worrying about the children's eyes because should I turn both of them into ghosts? I feel like I should only turn Anne into a ghost. So basically, they have given us new kid deaths for children in Create Sim. Now, this isn't, I believe, not the only ways kids can die, but they're adding more ghost types into Create Sim for kids. So we already had death by fire and death by drowning. Now we have death by freezing. So this is what the death by freezing ghost looks like. It's just very cold. It has a bunch of steam coming off of it. We have death by overheating. Let me see. I'm assuming there's like heat waves coming off of it. Yeah, you can kind of see heat waves coming off of it. It's not very prominent. And then death by pufferfish, which I thought was so random because that's from an expansion pack, but it's there. And I kind of think that's fitting. So I'm going to give him give her death by pufferfish. So she can be a little ghost and have death by pufferfish. And that is everything in Create a Sim that I wanted to highlight. Now, there is more in the notes, but that's pretty much all the biggest important things I thought I saw in Create a Sim. So now we're going to go back to the first family and where they live, and we're going to show off some stuff in Build and Buy, and then we're going to jump into gameplay and show off good amount of the bug fixes, or at least attempt to show off good amount of the highlighted bug fixes before we go and read every single bug fix. So I went ahead and put all the objects from Build and Buy mode that came with the African culture update in one area so we can look at them all quite easily, including the fake food that I already read the description to earlier. Now I do have the article pulled up to the side to where I can read each one of the descriptions of the new objects. But since I already read the description of this, quote, food, it's not real food, but it looks like food, so it's like a kitchen decor piece. We can go ahead and look at it. So this is the object that I read earlier, the trio of flavor, and it comes in 4 swatches, all a bunch of neutral colored bowls, but the food stays the same. So there's that. And then we have the actual objects, the quote, Build and Buy objects. So the first one on the list is the lamp with the woven shave. So I'm sorry if I mispronounce it. I already said them earlier, but maybe I'll pronounce them correct if I pronounced them wrong earlier, but maybe I'll just pronounce them wrong again. Who knows? If I'm saying them wrong again, I'm sorry. But it's Okuta lamp with a woven shade. Okuta, a word with Nigerian root, means stone or rock, describes this gorgeous lamp with a solid, hefty base and a textured shade that never goes wrong in any home. With neutral tones and patterns inspired by fabric, Assyrians of West Africa add ambiance and style to any space with the Okuta. So that is as what we have here. It gives off a good amount of light, honestly. Like if I were to move this, that's for a lamp, pretty decent amount of light. But let's go ahead and look at the swatches. So far, I'm seeing similar swatches to what we kind of had in Create Sim. It's not like the exact same swatches, but it gives the same vibe. This was a pattern that was shown in one of the videos. I know that for sure. But it also has some neutral swatches, just some like plain woven lamps. But it has a lot of patterns and designs, which I really like. I think my favorite one, though, is probably this one. I think this is really nice. All right. And then the next item on the list is the Kira cushion. Akira means comfort in Yoruba, which perfectly captures this cushion's purpose. It comes with a range of colors-inspired beautiful fabric traditions found across West Africa. Whether your Sims home is needed in a soothing, earthy tones or a vibrant splash of color, the Ultra Cushion has got you covered. This is the cushion. It's basically the same as all the other little cushions we have, just with different patterns that are obviously more African-inspired. It also has some plain swatches, which is really nice because I think we actually needed like some neutral plain. And these are the cushions that you can like slot it up against the back of the bed if you wanted to. Like if you could like raise them and put them against there. You can also put them on couches if you like cheat, and I get mixed up. It's this one. So if you do Control 9, you can lift them and put them on the couch or on your chair, and your Sim can still sit with them there. You just kind of alt place them to make it look right. It still looks kind of weird. I think it looks better sized down and then placed in the chair, but you know, it's going to clip either way. But still, it's just that basic cushion. It just comes in some new colors. And then the next item on the list on here is the Vision of Home Decor Decorative Art, a vibrant collection of framed art inspired by scenes from West Africa. So we have this piece. It's about a 2-tile piece. And honestly, it's a really nice size, and it comes in a bunch of different swatches. So we have this lady, we have this art pattern, some of the same things with different color frames. We have that fun pattern again. We have like an African stick figure, almost like blob figure silhouette. Silhouette is the word I'm thinking, not blob stick figure. But it also has some plants on here, which is really nice, like a plant with a sun. It has like a African safari little sunset, and then another African safari like plain. I think that's really pretty. I like the sunset a lot. The sunset is really nice, and I do not want to change the light color. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up the next list, which is Walu Woven Basket. Brings beauty into your Sims home with rich pieces of West African heritage. A woofla basket. A woola, meaning to help in a woof, is traditionally crafted by a woof people in Senegal. These baskets are known for their blends of colors and intricate patterns. Obviously, we're looking at this basket here. It is just a decorative object. You can't put like dirty clothes in it or anything, or plants or items. You can't store items in it. But it is a nice little decorative item. I do like the plain swatches that are less patterned, but the stripes and patterns are quite nice as well. I think out of all the patterned ones, I think this is my favorite. I definitely appreciate the dark plain one. And then we have the Hawaii area rug. A skillfully woven rug with modern designs and warm colors brings your Sim space together with a touch of history and tradition. Hawaii, the support or ground to Igbo, is crafted using time-honored techniques, adding character and comfort to any room. So let's go ahead and look at that rug. So I have it in just the normal size, but I was curious of how big it would size up, and it fit pretty much perfectly in this little space I was wanting to fill in. So I went ahead and put it there for this rug, but I do want to show off the colors on the normal size. So we have this color, which I really like by default. There's this one with the arrows, which is really nice. We have like some diamond patterns with some orange pops. We have like some feathers that are like black and white. We have a more tribal design that's like black and red. We have a very neutral toned, just kind of abstract shape. We have some squiggles that we've been seeing. We have plain tan, plain bright tan, plain gray, and plain dark brown. And it all has like some frills on the end of the rug. I don't know. I think those are really cute. I think I like the first pattern the best, but if I have to pair it with something, I'm probably going to pair it with this. So there's 2 different patterns. And then the last one we have, I believe, is the aloe plant. So the West African aloe plant, this beloved West African succulent features sharp triangular teeth along with its leaves, while its fairy blossom stands tall. Now, I have always loved an aloe plant. I used to have several when I was a kid because I would constantly get sunburns because I'm pale as hell and hated wearing sunscreen and hated waiting 15 minutes to get into the water after you put on sunscreen. So we just kept aloe plants, and it looks like the basket on the bottom of the aloe plant kind of matches the basket next to it that we already looked at, but the flower color does change a little bit from plant to plant. I don't know. I like this one the best. Like, this one reminds me of the aloe plant. Maybe because it's slightly dead looking, but you know, this is fine. This is fine. But that is pretty much all of the build and buy objects that came with the African update, or African culture update. I'm sorry. But there is one other thing in buy mode I want to show you, as well as some stuff in build mode. If you are familiar with Venture Weights, we got these curtains. And actually, the next video I post is going to be my review for the build and buy, the Venture Weights. I recorded it like 2 weeks ago. And then all the EA stuff happened and life got busy. I just haven't had a chance to edit it yet. So my next video I'm going to put out, I'll be reviewing this curtain. I state in that video we didn't get a middle curtain rod. And in this update, we got the curtain rod. So the videos are being posted out of order, but I am getting them up. So I already reviewed this curtain in the next video I'm posting. But this is the curtain rod that is meant to match this. So we have all the swatches that the top goes in, which is, this one, so this one should match. Well, the first swatch matches this swatch better than the second swatch, but also it doesn't match quite right. Like, you can tell it's 2 different pieces, like the shadows are weird. It's better than not having a middle piece that matches, but it sucks it doesn't match exactly. But there is that was a highlight from the 150 bug fixes and add-ons. And then also some stuff we got added on into build mode was glass roofs and glass walls to go with the Greenhaven kit and the Life and Death. So let's start with the Greenhaven kit. So if you're familiar with the Greenhaven kit, which is honestly one of my favorite kits, like, I'm not the biggest kit hater, so I'm not one to really say it, but I feel like the Greenhouse Haven kit, really good. Like, it was really good. Basically, if you didn't know, we have had like the glass roof piece. We have windows and doors at every height that match the glass roof piece. So you can line them up like this, and they line up pretty well. And they have all heights and they match the colors and whatnot. You have 2 different windows options, a double door and a single door. But before, or we had glass walls, is when this kit came out. We did not have glass walls when the kit came out, so the kit didn't come with glass walls, it just came with windows. And now we have a glass wall to match the glass roof, and as you can see, it lines up way more seamlessly than the windows. I still love the windows, and you can actually pair the windows on top of the glass wall just to give it some more definition. It does glitch a little bit when you do that, but it's better than nothing. I'm glad they put this in a free update. Like, I'm grateful of that. And then on the opposite end here, with Life and Death, we got these glass windows. You can kind of make a glass wall with them. They don't go all the way to the top of the short wall height, but they get close. But we didn't have a matching roof pattern. Now for Life and Death, we have now a roof pattern that matches. I could have swore we already had this. Like, it says that we had, what's the one that we already had? Because didn't we have one that already looked like this? It said we got a new roof piece for it. I could have swore, did they just add different swatches? Or is this what I'm thinking of? I'm so confused. I don't know, because I thought this was already Peace, but it didn't have this default swatch. I remember like in this swatch. Maybe I'm just making stuff up. I don't know, because I'm not seeing another glass roof that looks like that. Is it this one I'm thinking about? No. I have no idea, because I thought this was already a thing, but apparently, according to the notes, it's new. It does have some swatches I don't recognize, like the red swatches, the orange swatches. This default swatch is definitely new to match the windows. I don't know what I was thinking of that like looked like this. Maybe you guys can tell me. I don't know, because I'm not seeing anything like it, but I'm remembering this being a thing. Maybe I'm crazy. Anyways, so we have that at least, and that kind of covers everything I want to highlight in build mode specifically, but I do want to go ahead and go into live mode and play with our family a little bit and kind of play for a couple of days and as fast as I can pretty much to kind of show off all of the things I want to highlight that come in like playing mode. And I want to start out with the new recipe. So it's about lunchtime. So by the time the mom gets done fixing this food, it will be about time for us to eat. So like I said earlier, for this new recipe, you have to have level 3 of cooking. She has level 10, so we should have plenty of time, skill to make this. And if I remember correctly, I wish I could organize it by base game, but I cannot. So I'm going to go down to the level 3 skill food, and it was wolf of rice and drumsticks, which I read the description for earlier. We're going to go ahead and make a big old party size, and she is going to go ahead and cook that. And while she cooks that, I can go ahead and show off just a couple of things. The first thing I want to show off actually is aspirations. So if we go to the aspiration panel now and go to select new aspiration, now again goes directly to your Sim's current aspiration, whereas before it was glitching out and it was going to this one every time you opened aspiration because it's the very first one. So that is fixed. And then we also have a couple of things that I want to show off through the gameplay. So one has to do a lot with infants. So as you can see, we do have an infant in our household. And I'm actually going to go ahead and have, good, her dad is already picking her up. I want to go ahead and have him put her on the playmat. So we can put Zuri down here on the playmat, hopefully, because with this new update, there's supposed to be a couple of things that are really highlighting infants. So we have infants will be placed near a crib or placemat instead of remaining in it if the player travels to a different lot with a sim and a crib. So if we are going to travel away from the lot later, so we'll test that out, but also resolved an expectation that triggered while putting the baby in the crib, leaning into infant, resetting it, and laying it on the floor outside the crib. While mom makes this food, which by the way, can you just like focus on making the food? Because this ghost is very much distracting you. I mean, I know you love your dad, but dad, can you he did not go put her on the mat. He did not. Okay, let's try this again. Apparently, infants are very complicated and they haven't fixed everything. It is still being very glitchy. Can you come pick up your daughter, please? Alright, Ghost, how about you come and surf channel? Just go ahead and surf the channel. So come pick up your child and let's go put her on the mat first and then see what happens when we try to put her in the crib. So let's put Zuri down here. First, we gotta figure out if we can he keeps not wanting to put her down the mat. Is it because they're downstairs? What if I teleport? If I teleport you, and you're probably going to put the child... Oh, nope, you're putting her in the crib now. That gets you upstairs. It's the playmat that's being glitchy. Okay, the food is ready too. Okay, so the ghost is getting a phone call. Everything is happening. No, I don't want to go to this. Okay, Mom, right quick. How about you put this in the fridge? I will pull it back out in a minute. What are you doing? You're going to play with your toddler. That's great. I need to focus on the infant for a minute. So I don't want to put her in her crib. Okay, he's going to do it anyways. So, like I said, infants, they say, are an ongoing working thing, and they're basically trying to fix it to where if they're in the playmat and putting in the crib, they won't go back to the playmat. To test that, I need to put Zuri on the playmat, and it keeps glitching out, but it looks like it's finally working. Maybe, possibly. Can you go on the playmat? Playmat, please. Thank you. So we are on the playmat. Let's put Zuri to bed. So let's see what happens. We pick them up. Are you going to put them in the crib and leave them in the crib? Let's test it out. Let's test it out. All right, go down here. All right, I think we're good. We're going to kiss goodnight. Let's see, is she tired? I think she is tired, which would actually really help me. I'm going to actually cheat you to be more tired, so you will stay asleep longer. That would be really helpful to me. But now we can focus on the new recipe. So the recipe is done, so I'm going to pull it out of the fridge. I'm going to have everyone come grab a serving. We're going to look at the full meal, just the full serving, so you can kind of see here it's like a red looking rice with spices and like peppers and beans and whatnot, some drumsticks on the side. I'm going to go ahead. I think I should probably specifically remove the toddler from the group or the infant from the group. So let's actions, remove from group, and then we can call everyone else to a meal. We can look at the plates that individually. So let's all grab a serving together. I think that's the best way to go about this, and that should get the toddler to also grab a serving. All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and grab a serving. I'm down for it. All right, so this is the plates individually. If we go ahead and take a look at it, I want to like make a cute picture of them eating the plates, but I want to give them like an actual picture, like a look at the plate. So this is the plate uneaten, and now we have mom and dad and the dad of the mom eating the food. So we have that. And like I said, there's a couple of things I want to play with as we go on. So one of them is, you may notice we have a dog. Are you not going to try to go night-night? Okay, we have a dog. This is already failing because they're already dirty. Though I did decide to do a little extreme test here. So basically, if we go here, it says, fix dogs successfully exploring bush and triggering the skunk encounter outcome with dirty as a result. Also says for dogs that the time duration of dogs going on long and medium walks have shortened, and dogs will now autonomously exit the go walk interactions before need failure, or Sims in dogs. So like your Sims won't die from a need failure. They'll go fix their needs. I wanted to test if he would stay out of the bushes, and he is already dirty from the bushes, I'm pretty sure. Let's see, hold on. We have to give a bath. Well, when you're done, we're gonna give a bath. And I did put a stupid amount of bushes. I literally put every single bush that we have in the game between expansion packs and base game. So apparently we have 6 woohoo bushes, guys. Or at least that's the ones that come up under the thing. Alright, we did not get good friendship with him. Can we try that again? Can we offer friendship? Oh, we got the coup milestone with the toddler. I would really rather you go to sleep. Try to go night-night, please. Alright. Okay, you know what? I'm cheating your friendship with this dog. I want to be friends. I want to be friends. You can have a level of 100 because I want them to trust you. So run cheat. Alright, we are good friends. Ghost, you're probably full. So let's go ahead and put that up. I want to go ahead and have you give the dog a bath. That would be really helpful to me. So if you could come here and give Draco a bath. But I was going to see how often the pets went in the bush. Apparently they've already gone in the bush. Like, as you can see, we have feathers. But they're supposed to go in the bush less. So we're going to test that. And also another thing that we can test throughout this is actually guest stayovers. So temporary stay guests will now sleep even in sleeping bags. So I want to go ahead and Mom, while you are not doing anything, let's go ahead and go to the calendar, and we're actually going to set a stayover. I'm going to set it with Mom because she knows the most people. So I know this girl is our neighbor. Maybe we can have like a stayover. Should we have a stayover with kids? That would make sense, right? Like if we had like our kids, our friends. How you can only invite 2 people? I thought you could invite more than that. Okay, well apparently you can only invite 2 people. So maybe let's see. We'll invite a mom and a daughter. So like our friends will have a friend. Our kids will have a friend to play with. Okay, so we can do the stayover. We'll do it for 3 nights, sure, because we have a holiday coming up. I will get into that in a little bit, but it shows off a couple of the different bug fixes, but we can have a stayover while there, and we just kind of want to test to see if they sleep. Yes, we can start the stayover now. We'll see if they sleep in our beds or if they'll even sleep with some sleeping bags. I just want to make sure they show up real quick. Okay, yep, they're here. They are here. All right. Another thing actually that I want to mention that I'm not going to show off, but apparently if you have plants that are out of season, I never play with plants out of season because I always have a greenhouse in my save file, so I don't have to play with plants out of season. But apparently they're making it to where you can evolve them out of season. So like to say if we had a plant, I don't think we have any garden plants. But if we did, we could evolve them even if they were out of season. So if they're sparkling, whether they're in season or not, you can evolve them now. But while our guests are getting settled in and our dog is getting a bath, the next thing I want to show off is the sauna. So the sauna was breaking a lot and like the woohoo wasn't working. So apparently they have made a fix to where the sauna or the steam rooms, Sims can only woohoo and steam rooms are indoors and not broken. They will stop unsuccessfully attempting outdoors. So apparently it has to be in a room and no longer can just sitting outdoors. And apparently that's supposed to reduce the break. Now mine was breaking when it was inside too, but I guess we'll test this out because as you can see now, when you click on it, if you want to woohoo, wait, I'm not clicking on the right thing. There we go. It says even to relax, would you have to relax before you can woohoo? It has to be indoors. So it no longer at all works outdoors, which I feel like is a little less of an upgrade. I feel like it's slightly a downgrade, but you know, this is fine. We can only ask for so much, I guess. So that should give us plenty of room for the sauna. Yeah, it gave us extra room. Okay. I just wanted to make sure it was indoors and would work. All right. So now we can woohoo with our husband. So we should be able to woohoo in the sauna now, which I'm actually kind of curious how it's going to look with the glass walls. So we'll do that while the ghost is bathing our dog. Make sure, are you going to bathe the dog? You're not bathing the dog. The dog bathing stopped. That could have been because I went into build mode. Okay, well, let's bathe the dog here. We'll see if the woohoo works. And then we'll test a couple of other things I have set up. So let's fast forward here. They're just going straight in. They're not even asking if they want woohoo. They're just straight getting in, woohooing. All right, there we go. All right, we have the sauna woohooing working now. Maybe we can get a picture of this with the greenhouse walls. That's quite nice. That's quite nice. All right. So we have them woohooing. Is the dog getting a bath? The dog is getting a bath. So we can do that and then we'll test to see how quickly it gets in the bush again. And let's see. Mom and Dad need to finish woohooing. Again, after that, I'm probably going to send Dad on a walk with the dog. Or no, we'll send the ghost on a walk with the dog, since we already got it close with it, and then we can have the dad and mom hang out with the kids for a little bit. The infant did get to sleep, thank goodness. All right, But when you're done washing the dog, I'm going to have you go for a walk. We'll probably just test the medium. We'll test the medium walk with the ghost. And then we'll have one of the parents, when we're done with the bikes, the dog with lower needs, and see if their needs stop and whatnot. So let's test how long a medium walk works, because it should go for a shorter amount of time. So let's go for pet care, go on walk. Let's go for a medium walk. Let's see. Can you walk the dog? Okay, it did go on the leash. Perfect. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so it's going to go on a walk. Okay, the steam is still going. Okay, well, let's get out of the steam room. Maybe we can let's get out of the steam room, stop relaxing. You are automatically playing with your kid. I actually want to change your outfit. Sorry about it. Change your outfit back into your everyday, because I prefer you in that one. And then I'm going to actually have Dad also change of this. So let's change your outfit into your everyday outfit. Please, this is the current outfit you're wearing. No, it's not. I'm in a towel. Well, what if I just reset you? Will you get back in your clothes? There we go. Okay, that works. So now that they're back in their regular clothes, I actually, you guys, to ask your parents to teach you to ride bikes indoors. Because apparently now, when it comes to the bikes, Sims will no longer stand ideal when child asks for help with riding bike indoors. So right quick, I'm going to move these little sleeping bags and book bags over behind the couch. We are going to have everyone go here. So you go here, you go here, you go here, and you go here. And then we'll have each one of the kids choose one of the bikes. Now, I tried to leave plenty of room for them to come in here and ride the bikes, but I also chose just 4 random bikes. So I didn't really know what they would want based off their color, because I didn't know what color theme I was going to go with them for. So I think I'm going to actually have her take purple bike. She wears a lot of purple and blue, and we can ask for help riding bike. We're gonna ask Dad. You know what? Actually, because Dad's color is teal, we'll go with the blue and teal, because her other colors, we'll ask for help riding the bike with that. And then since Mom's color is green and the boy wears a lot of neutrals, we'll just go with the black and green bike, and we can ask for help riding bike from Mom. And let's see if they don't just stand idle and they actually help, because that would be great. And apparently they're going to practice indoors. Let's see, he's going to ride his bike. Let's see, did he do it? Practice riding bike. Okay, so he pulled it. He's practicing. Are you going to practice riding yours? I don't want you to ask just hide and seek. Okay, his worked. Hers didn't. Let's try hers again. Maybe it was just they couldn't do them at the same time. Ask for help riding bike from Dad. Alright, let's also get a picture of him riding his bike inside. Maybe we'll get a picture of the little girl visiting too. Get a couple of shots of like the new outfits, the bike. Just some screenshots for the thumbnail, possibly. All right, she is now riding her bike. So the bikes are working. The bikes are working inside. That's something that we need to test, so we can have that checked. Let's see, is he still going on a walk? He is still on a walk. I want to wait to go into build mode, because the next thing I need to do is, well, I guess since I already have them laid out, I don't have to go into build mode. But basically, the other thing I wanted to show off that's not like something we can show over time is the radios, because the radios actually, well, some of them got upgraded. So when it comes to the radios, reduce the size of the footprints in the following radios. And these are laid out in order right here onto what the notes say. So it is the gramophone, the Gramophone old-fashioned music player, Kitty Tunes radio, Hi-Fi high fidelity stereo, Life is a Ball speaker, and vintage record player. So all of these can now fit on a smaller space. Okay, well, it's not letting me move them. I thought I could just swipe them into the space. Okay, it may cut off the walk, but as you can see, these now fit on a smaller table, whereas before these pretty much just only fit on the floor or big tables or like counters. And you could put this one on some spaces on the desk, but not all the spaces. So now they fit into like the smallest tile basically that it can fit into. And let's see if that cut off the medium walk. Okay. Well, the medium walk was not very medium, quite honestly. If I am fully honest, I don't think the walk was quite medium, but I want to test the dad going on a walk with lower needs. So I'm going to lower his bladder to being in just the yellow and then the hunger being pretty low and see if we can get the dog. Okay, the dog is no longer in leash. So it said a medium walk. I don't know how long a medium walk was versus how much it was, but we pretty much were on a walk for over 2 hours and it still didn't cut off till I went into build mode. So we are going to actually go ahead and teleport our dog back over here. The ghost, you know what, I'm going to make your needs good for being so compliant with our dog. And we can go ahead and come here and we are going to more choices, pet care, go on walk, and we're going to go for a long walk. And we're going to see how long it takes for his bad knees to kick in before he stops walking. Because the next things I want to show besides this stuff is pretty much away from the lot before we come back and play tomorrow and kind of continue watching our dogs and our guests as we show off some other stuff. So let's go ahead and fast forward him taking a walk. See how long his knees take to get down. If they take too long, I might cheat him, but I'm just curious if a bladder or hunger will kick in first, and also how long it'll take this walk to end. Because it may end before the needs get bad. If that's the case, I will take him on another walk. But, apparently Zuri hates wake up time. That's great. That's great. What are you upset about? Dangerously tired. How are you dangerously tired? You're a ghost. So he did come back to the house when his hunger fully kicked in. So that cut the walk off. He did not starve. So that's good. But now I want to go out to a public lot, specifically a place with a bar and a DJ. So we'll probably go to Windenburg. And right quick, I'm going to just cheat and make everyone happy. Sorry about it. Alter needs, fill needs for the world. Perfect. All right. So everyone's happy. We're going to leave our guest here. We're going to leave. I do want, okay, you are on the mat. Perfect. Like I said earlier, one of the things that we are testing is to see if the baby is still on the mat when we get back. So we have that to test. But right now, I want to go to a nightclub, basically. So we're going to take our parents out on a little date and we're going to go to the nightclub. Maybe we'll invite our friends that's staying over with us. We'll have a little adult night out while the ghost babysits. Well, as far as bugs that I'm seeing that are back, that used to be a thing, the freaking embrace the change of being cheerful. This used to be something that happened all the time. All my Sims would be like, do you want to be cheerful? Do you want to be cheerful? And this time it seems to only be when I'm loading into lots, but this is the fourth time I've loaded into my game since the update. I've had someone ask to be cheerful, just with no gameplay, just cheerful. I keep saying no, but that glitch is back. That was supposed to be fixed a while ago, but this is fine. Apparently it's back. I can't test what I want to test with the DJ quite yet. So I think the first thing we're going to actually do is go to the bar and test out the quote upgrades for the bar. So let's all go and sit here together. And apparently they've made it to where if your mixologist is in a conversation, they will stop their conversation and take the actual drink order. So we're going to try to spark up some conversation here with the bartender. Maybe we can have a friendly introduction. Let's just have Dad be a little chatty with the bartender. see how well they talk to us in general before we get our drinks. Oh my god. Can you please stop getting distracted? Can we all sit here together? They don't want to sit at the bar together, which I don't appreciate. Okay, let's funny. We can tell jokes about body hair. Maybe we can potty humor, tell gross joke. We're just gonna spark up a bunch of interactions. And then, Mom, I want you to come here and order a drink. I want you to order a drink for the group and order some wrenches. Okay, so if we order the drink, will he stop talking to Dad? Yep. He stopped talking to Dad and started making the drinks. Perfect. That's exactly what I needed, actually. All right. Oh, apparently the romance skill is acquired. We found out that whatever her name is, the Jane girl, is a music lover. That's great. Perfect, because we brought you out to mixologists, and a dance club, so that works out perfectly. So let's all drink our drinks. Mom, you gonna drink your drink autonomously? Come on, drink your drink. Why are my sons not drinking their drinks? Come on, there you go. There you go. Perfect. Maybe we'll get a picture of a bartender like this with our drink here. Love that. So we have that. And now the next thing I wanted to test out was the DJ. So the DJ is obviously here where we can all come and dance together after we finish our drinks. But what I really want to test is the DJ booth being able to be danced with when there's not a DJ there. So we'll let our Sims finish our drink, and then when they finish their drinks, we'll have them come dance at the DJ booth, and maybe we can see if the DJ goes away, or we could reset and try to have it just play music. We'll see what happens first. Yeah, you guys can be jokesters. You can be jokesters. I would really appreciate if you stopped chatting so you could do your drinks, though. There we go. Drink your drinks. Come dance to the DJ. You're standing way over here being awkward in the corner. Like, the crowd is over here, y'all. All right. But basically, it's almost midnight. It's about time for the show to end. So we're going to reset the object. Everyone's going to stop dancing. So if we what if we tell the ghost to go away? He's mad because we stopped his show. Okay, well, let's control panel, stereo, turn on. We're going to turn on, and now we should all be able to dance together to the music coming from the DJ. Oh, everyone is so mad I ended the show early. I'm sorry, guys, but I need to test this. Okay, they are dancing to the music of the DJ without the DJ being there. Okay, perfect. That's what I needed to know. And then the last thing I want to test out while we're here, I'm going to get the dad to do it. So we'll have him kind of step outside here for a minute. And basically, I need to find a trash can. Apparently, now the public trash can lots are supposed to fill with your trash can more easily. So we're going to teleport him here. And basically, what I'm trying to say, when your sim can like rummage through trash, but sometimes if they come to a public lot, the public trash cans won't have enough trash to rummage through. This also has a big effect when it comes to dumpsters. So they've made it to where public trash cans will be more full. They also apparently include it to where your Sims will automatically empty their indoor trash can into the outdoor trash can without you telling them to now, so it won't overfill as easily. But we're going to test out the rummaging through this trash can because it now is filled, and we should be able to rummage through it without just throwing trash into it to make us have to rummage through it. So that is quite handy. I'm glad they included that. So that is fixed. And now that's pretty much everything I wanted to do when it came to the lot or going outside the lot. So it's past midnight. It's time for the family to go home. So we're going to go ahead and travel back to the house. We are going to see if our infant is still on the mat. So she is still on the mat. Oh my goodness. Amazing. And she's reaching a milestone. Let's see. What milestone are you getting, baby girl? What milestone are you getting? Maybe I can get a picture of her getting a little milestone on the new rug. How cute is that? Okay. I'm curious what milestone she's getting, though. Let's see. She got the laugh milestone twice. Why does it say she got it twice? This is fine. Now, I kind of want everyone to start heading to bed because I want to see if our guest will automatically go to bed. I feel like that would be really nice. So I'm gonna, you know what? I'm going to make this simple on myself. I'm gonna cheat everyone's needs, fill needs for household, not for guest. And then, where are you going, buddy? Reset. Okay, so you're already on the play mat. I'm just basically gonna make everyone super tired. So I would like to go ahead and just try to go night-night. Try to go night-night in the mat. I'm going to make you super tired and teleport you here and have you go to sleep. You're gonna be super tired and go to sleep here. You can be super tired and go to sleep here. I wonder if the bed still works. Because they, in a more recent patch, had fixed it to where all the beds would work. There's not a bed for Grandpa. I mean, he is dead, so fair. But he is also needing to be asleep, so I can fast forward this. So if we could just come nap on this and have our kids stop swimming and go to sleep. Oh, it's this kid that's swimming. We have the same hairstyle as her, so it's not my fault. Let's see. Mom is getting out of bed. Okay, I forgot to put her sleepiness down. That's actually my fault. And also, I forgot to put his sleepiness down. So that is my fault. Now will they stay in bed? Okay, they are still cuddling in bed. All the kids are asleep. You should be asleep. You are about to go to sleep. Okay, so there's no beds for my guests. You did not go to sleep. Try to go night-night again. This kid has a little bit of trouble going to sleep. But let's try to get this kid to sleep and see if our guest will go to sleep in their sleeping bags. That would be super nice considering it's the middle of the night. Let's see. Nope, they're out here talking to the urn. Go to sleep. Oh my god, try to go night-night. There's nothing in here distracting you for going night-night. I'm gonna get all your needs up. Can you please go to sleep? Okay, can you not get a phone call right now? No, your daughter. Oh, they're calling you for a getaway, but it's your daughter that's in the same household asleep right now. So that's a little annoying. And also, can you please go to sleep? You are exhausted. Just go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. They apparently didn't fix the toddler's not being able to sleep. Okay, there we go. Alright, but now our ghost is awake. Go back to sleep. Let's fast forward. She looks like she's about to go to sleep. Okay, well, it looks like you're going upstairs. Maybe they're not going to sleep. Maybe they're just talking. Because they're both in there somewhere and talking. Okay. Well, I was hoping that they would go to sleep in a sleeping bag. That'd be really handy because it says they're supposed to. So far, now they're just watching TV. Okay, and our sim is awake with a loose tooth. Alright, well, I don't think that the guests sleep in the sleeping bag. I don't think that is the case, unfortunately. I did test it. But now we are on to a holiday because the next few things I want to test are Father Winter now gives toddler gifts even if they have not officially met. Sims can now perform the resume interaction on pumpkin carving stations. Admiring ghosts and occult Sims will now count for holiday spooky spirit. And Sims will make more than just white cake when foodies unite and an neighborhood action plan is active. Here's the thing. It's a holiday. We're also going to say it's the infant's birthday because I am tired of having an infant. So we're going to have a birthday party. We're going to celebrate the holiday. We're going to see if the spooky spirit gets complete by looking at a ghost. And we're going to test out Father Winter once it gets nighttime. There also are a couple other things I want to test out, but it's just a couple. But those are the main things we're going to do today. So, real quick, I'm going to cheat everyone's needs. We're going to cheat needs for the entire world. Everyone is happy, including you, ma'am, who hates wake up time because it's your birthday. We're going to say it's your birthday. Basically, I want to test if we throw a birthday party and hire a caterer, if they will only make one cake and then other stuff, because that's how they're supposed to be doing it right now. And also, how's the dog doing? We kind of cheated his needs, so I can't see if it's sturdy or not. Okay, that was a bad mistake. I should have tested that first, but I haven't seen him be getting in the bushes. There is that. But let's go ahead and we want to probably just start out with the birthday party for the infant. So let's go ahead and wake the parents up, and she can go ahead and plan a social event when she wakes up. All right, let's go ahead and phone, social, plan a social event. There's so many things to plan now. Okay, plan a social event. We're going to plan for the infant's birthday. Wait, hold on. Can you? I forget. Ashley, can you throw a party for an infant? I know you can't throw one for a newborn. Birthday party. I don't want it to be goal oriented. I don't care about the goals. Birthday sim. Okay, good. I thought you could, but I was making sure. All right, so we're going to invite our whole family. We're going to invite the people staying over. We're going to invite our neighbors. We're going to invite some of the kids, some more neighbors, and maybe you. How many people can I invite? I can invite one more person. You know what? We're going to go all. We're going to invite all our neighbors. And then we're going to hire a caterer. We'll hire this person because we know them. And we don't really need a mixologist or an entertainer because I'm just testing the caterer, and we're going to have the party here. All right, so we're going to have our party, and we're going to see how many cakes the caterer makes. Okay, when you grow up, yes, you can do that. That's fine. So fine. Yes, we need a cake for the event. So it looks like everyone's in their party. Where is that mom? Mom is still in her sleepwear. Okay. Can we change your outfit into your party wear, please? That would be great. That would be great. Oh, now we love wake up time. We hated wake up time before. Now we love wake up time. Oh, no, that's the toddler. That's why. I was going to say, the infant's supposed to hate wake up time. All right, but let's see if we go down here. It does look like they're making the cake first. So normally they make like a bunch of white cakes and nothing else. So let's see if they make the white cake and then make something else. And then I'm thinking we'll probably put candles on the cake right away whenever they're done with it. So maybe Dad, you can go ahead and go here so we can catch the cake before anyone eats it. Let's put, oh, and we can also drag it even though we didn't make it. I don't know if that's just because it's a cake or if that goes to all food now, but we'll see. I didn't see that in the patch notes. We're going to put candles on the cake and let's see what else he makes. He may make another cake and just because we put candles on it, but if that's not the case, that would be great. I'm not going to age the kid up until I see what else the chef makes. Okay, the chef right now is talking to someone, which is really annoying because I have a limited time here. I need you to start making food here. Oh, we have a full notification wall. Well, that's just lovely, isn't it? People are getting food out of our fridge, which is fine. This is fine because we're just going to keep cheating the needs. But can you like make something else? Maybe I should put this on the table to clear off the counter. But there's 3 other blank counters. So it should be fine, right? Oh my goodness. Are you going to make anything else? Well, he's not making cakes, but he's not making anything else either, which I really don't appreciate. No, don't be romantically reserved. All right, so I'm going to put the cake over here in the middle of the counter. Make something else. You're just standing there. Okay, well, they're not making a bunch of cakes, but they're also not making food. That's kind of a bust. Is he about to make more food? Okay, it took him half the party, but he is making more food, and it's not cake. They make less food, but they're not making multiple cakes. So I'm happy with that. So right quick, Mom, I would like you to go ahead, and since you're already playing with the toddler, let's have you come and help blow out candles, and we're going to help Zuri blow out the candles. We're going to age her up into an infant, so we have no more toddler stuff going on, or infant stuff going on here. We'll just have toddlers. Okay, stop hugging your toddler and age your infant up into a toddler. Because I'm tired of having infants. We tested the infants. They work slightly better. Not entirely. Alright, let's go ahead. We'll maybe have this picture of, oh, it's kind of cute through the window though. Wait, that's actually really cute. So let's get like a straight on shot of that with the window framing it. But our infant is going to go ahead and age on up. I don't know what she's going to be wearing, but I'm not going to give her a makeover. So we're just not doing that. We're not doing that. All right, you can be silly. All right, oh, she has dreads. Okay, that's kind of cute. All right, so I think that's enough for the birthday party here. So we need to start focusing on these traditions here. The first thing I want to do is actually have them complete their spooky spirits. And I want to test if they can do that, because it says now, according to the notes, that admiring ghosts and occult sims will work for getting the spooky spirit. So we have our ghost sim here. We have our ghost sim. Maybe we'll let everyone say goodbye. Bye! Everyone leave. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay, ghost, you need to come back here. You go here. You know what? Let's make a group with our family. And it'll just be the kids and the adults. So we don't need to include the toddlers or the guests. All right, so all of the family members, can we come here, please? Actually, you know what? Come here. We'll go outside, make some nice screenshots. Why are you guys going all the way around? There's a door. Oh, is this not a door? I thought it was a sliding door. Oh, it's just windows. That's the thing. All right. But everyone's coming out here, and I would like everyone to pretty much come here and admire Simba. Everyone's gonna admire him twice, and we're gonna see if we can get our things up here. I don't know what it would be under. I'm assuming it would be under admire, compliments. Why is it under compliments? Okay. Well, anyways, everyone come admire Simba twice. So let's go ahead and compliments, admire Simba. More choices, friendly, compliments, admire Simba, and you will do the same thing. Compliments, admire Simba. We'll at least see if this works on the tradition. I don't know if it'll complete the tradition, but we're gonna have everyone do it twice. Oh, and Draco just defeated a squirrel in paw-to-paw combat, and it glitched out when it did that. Also, we have a remembrance. The remembrance also apparently worked when we... Oh no, maybe it was just he's already done that. Nope, it's checking out the remembrance. It's working on spooky spirit and remembrance to admire the ghosts. Interesting. Okay, well, I put remembrance because apparently with urns now, we have all the options when we display. We can have all the gravestones be visible as well as all the urns. They're having trouble doing that beforehand, so that is an improvement. But it didn't improve the spooky spirit much. It said it worked on the spooky spirit, but it didn't really get it completed. It did complete the remembrance. But we can work on the spooky spirit by carving pumpkins. Pumpkins, which I actually should have gotten for pumpkin carving station. So I'm just going to add a fourth one. But apparently now we can resume our pumpkins after we stop them. So we're going to have everyone come carve a pumpkin that can. So you're going to carve a cockeyed pumpkin, can carve a cockeyed pumpkin, and Mom, how about you come carve a classic pumpkin, and Dad, I don't remember which one I just clicked on her. I'm assuming I clicked on this one, but I'm just going to redo it. And then you can carve classic pumpkin. So we're all going to have them come start a pumpkin, and then they're going to stop it, and we're going to see if we can resume it. We also automatically got our spooky spirit up doing this. So it did get our spooky spirit up a bit looking at the ghosts. All right, but we're going to have now everyone stop. Maybe everyone can stop and complete their tradition real quick and be like, oh, we completed our tradition. We have to stop carving the pumpkin long enough to change our position. Also, this is not the color hair she normally has, is it? Doesn't she have normally darker hair? Is their hair color changing? Okay, our dog is so stinky. Oh, our dog is so stinky. Buddy, can you perhaps give a bath to the dog? All right. But they stopped doing their pumpkin to complete their tradition. Now let's see if they can resume it. So resume this one. You resume this one. Carve your pumpkin. Okay, they all started back. Okay, well, everyone but him did. Are you going to? He is going to. It's just going to take him some time to route there, which that's a whole nother issue beyond itself. So this is fine. I don't think the dogs are staying out of the bush altogether, but they do seem to be staying out of it less, especially considering that I have 6 bushes. Beforehand, they would have been in the bush like literally 24/7 if there were 6 bushes up here. So I feel like that's pretty decent. Like, I don't hate that. But if someone's playing on the gramophone, that's fun. That's fun. But I'm going to let them finish their pumpkins real quick. And then there is actually one other thing besides Father Winter I want to test out. And I guess we can do it before Father Winter gets here. I was going to do it after Father Winter, but he's not going to be here till 8 o'clock. So, this is fine. Yes, we can drag food that's not ours. Thank God. But the pumpkins are done on the kids. Now we just need the adults to finish our pumpkins. Oh, they just stopped. Oh, you finished. You are still going. Can you stop talking to your wife long enough to finish your pumpkin? That would be great. That would be great. Well, let's go ahead and test this out. Yeah, free money, sure. Okay, we got the aggressive trait, apparently, for Zuri. That makes sense, the type of toddler she was. But right quick, stop moving this rug. That's like the 3rd time I've done it. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead, alter needs, fill needs for the world one last time, and we are actually going to host a funeral. So basically, one of the last things I want to highlight that were on the 150 bug fixes is that wedding and funerals, people should now show up in proper attire. So we're going to have a funeral for our ghost sim because you can plan a funeral on the gravestone. So I think she's going to plan her dad's funeral, and maybe we can pass his spirit on or something. We'll do that before Father Winter comes. So right quick, I am going to go and just grab a couple of things that I think we would probably need for a funeral. So we can go here and go to the life and death pack because that has everything for funerals. And we can have a little display here, out here by the grave. Maybe we can, let's see, where's the podium? I want the podium so we can give a speech like this, matching that. That's basically what we really need. As far as I'm concerned, I want there to be a memorial. Maybe we can have a little picture. Let's see, where's the dedication? It would be really helpful what these things were under. Okay, these are the pictures, so we can put that picture there. Maybe we can put the little water thing there. Well, we don't need a bar to technically pour one out. All we need is this. We have urns. Since he's already buried, I don't think a casket would be appropriate. Maybe we'll do a memorial cannon. That seems more appropriate. Okay, so we can have this be the little funeral setup, and we are going to go ahead and plan a funeral, and we'll see if people show up in the proper attire. So the departed sim is him. We'll have us as the host, and guest, we're going to invite our family, obviously, and we can invite our neighbors, the people that have been staying here. Let's see. We can also just invite a couple of random. That's all it's going to let us invite. This is fine. We'll add a couple mourners just to see who shows up in proper attire. Let's see. You're all from Sulani, so it makes sense for. Wait, no, hold on. This guy is the girl I made's wife or husband, so we can have him as well as a mourner, and we don't need an entertainer. By default, I want them to come in whatever they'll come in. I'm not going to make a dress code to where it has to be formal, but I'm going to see if they come in formal by default. And we could go ahead and mourn the deceased. Maybe we can have a moment of silence. I want to pour one out. Where's pour one out? Does they not have that as an interaction anymore? Okay, maybe it's not something you could choose to do. Maybe we'll give a eulogy, we'll light a candle. And then we have to have it at our house. All right. So the funeral is here. Let's see if people show up in proper attire. Like our family is automatically coming. It looks like in their formal attire. They changed into their formal attire. Wait, hold on. Is this our son? Oh, wait, this is our son. What is the other little girl dressed in? Where are you? Lock camera on. You changed into a formal outfit. Okay, so pretty much everyone's changing into their formal outfit, which I do appreciate. That's pretty much what I wanted to test. But while we're here, we'll go ahead and assign some portrait to Simba. Let's see. Does it show? Oh, it's not showing. It's just a white picture. Well, that's inconvenient. Well, that makes me wonder about the pictures. Okay, another thing we can also test is pictures. So, right quick, I know we have a funeral going on. Oh, I'm scared it's going to mess up the funeral now. Okay, well, I am going to quickly give us a camera. So we're going to give us a little camera. Maybe the little girl can be into taking pictures. And I was kind of hoping we could, okay, those are locked, but these are not. So we can test them with the new ones, the digital frames, which I don't know if the digital frames specifically are supposed to be fixed. We're going to put that one out for now because all the other frames are locked. Basically, they made it to where the pictures aren't supposed to black out anymore. So, okay, did that cancel? Oh, we didn't cancel the funeral. Good. Whew, I was scared about that. Okay, we're going to give the little girl the camera, and she's going to come out here. Maybe we can have everyone go here together. Let's see. We should have got an urn. Okay, I guess because we didn't load onto a new lot, we didn't get a new urn. I guess we can change this so we can display as an urn, and we'll give him this urn and put it up here. And we can go ahead and mourn Simba, and let's have. Can we all like mourn together? Let's get a picture of our family mourning. This is bad, but I want to come here. Maybe you can hear, and I want to take a picture of your family mourning. Just take a couple of photos, actually. So we'll take photo. Just take a photo specifically of what's around you. Oh, look at that scenery, though. Okay, but I kind of want to switch up and down because that's the frame we got. Okay, let's take a picture of our mom crying. We can take a picture of the urn. Just really take pictures of things memorizing today. Maybe we'll get a nice scenic shot. So, hold on. We'll have her take those pictures. Did those pictures black out? But none of them are blacked out. So apparently the pictures won't black out anymore in frames or your inventory. This picture is whited out. It's not showing the deceased Sim. But I don't know if that's because I set him up as a ghost beforehand. Dad, maybe you can funeral give a moment of silence and then a eulogy. Maybe the brother can like light a candle. I think he can do that, right? Light candle. So we can get some pictures of the mom and the brother lighting a candle. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's light candles while Dad gives the eulogy. So everyone's lighting a candle. So now, right quick, we can get some more pictures with our camera. So let's go ahead and we'll take a picture up and down of Dad giving a eulogy and, you know, the candles being lit. Maybe we'll get a picture of this dude crying. Let's see. He's a mourner. I feel like where they're from, this is appropriate outfits. All right. The people are lighting the candle. We gotta give the eulogy. I forgot to setting off the cannon, but we will do that as well. I don't care about this interaction. I don't care. I just need funeral activities happen. So we need to lead or more funeral activities. So maybe we can perhaps is this why the picture's not working? Hold on. Dedicate memorial display to Simba. Now will the picture work? Assign memorial picture to Simba. I want this to work. Okay, well, we can remember it's about the deceased. We can have maybe someone come here and funeral, pour one out. Not have Dad pour one out, but have someone else pour one out. You can pour one out. I just want family to do some stuff. You can perhaps funeral spread ashes. Okay, we got the activities done. We need someone to do a moment of silence. So maybe we can have Mom come do a moment of silence here. Can you actually... Where are you going? Dancing. I don't want you guys to dance. How about you all go here together? All go here together, coming to dance, and come gather here. Everyone come here. Go here together. Who is this? A mourner goth is a guest, but I didn't invite him even as a mourner, so I don't know why he's here. I wanted to do our moment of silence so we could finish our activities here. At least the mourner goth is in a really nice outfit. Alright, let's do our moment of silence here. Though I don't know why we've done everything and we're still on like a bronze. I don't know. That's really weird to me. We do at least have our thing here. See, it didn't give us like a full gold even though we completed everything. That is so weird. Okay, let's fire the memorial cannon. Let's see. Everyone come fire the memorial cannon. 1, 2, 3, go. Boom. Bam. Thank you, ma'am. Alright. I kind of wanted to end this by perhaps, I wanted to like let his spirit go. Apparently I can't. Okay. Well, I thought that would have been symbolism, but I guess not. We can call the ghost forth, but that's literally himself. So I guess with that, we'll end the funeral. I don't know why it didn't complete to a gold when we completed all the traditions, but that is weird. And also, speaking of traditions, none of the ghost traditions got checked off. Okay, I'm gonna give him the traditions because everyone else, all those traditions off. So now all we're waiting on is Father Winter. Let's go ahead. We'll end the funeral. Maybe we can perhaps cheat everyone's needs to be happy. Oh no, we gotta turn this around. Let's alter needs, fill needs for the world. And honestly, oh my god, there's so many radios going on over here. No. Okay, turn off. We only need one radio playing. I would like for everyone... Okay, let's actually perhaps go ahead and actions, disband group, and then we're going to actions, form a group with everyone in the household, and we're going to cheer everyone up, and we're all going to come dance together. Basically until Father Winter gets here, because the last thing I want to test out is that Father Winter gives the toddlers a gift, even if he doesn't know them. So that'll be a good thing for us to test. Oh, and we also have to test the photo frames. So right quick, while we're standing here and everyone's dancing, let's get her photo frames in her pictures in here. Stay. Now, I will say the problem was loading back on to the lot and the pictures being there, but let's manage. None of them are blacked out so far, so we're going to let them stay in there for a little bit. Maybe we'll pull a couple back out into our inventory just so we can test to see if they go black in the inventory as well. But we're going to see if they go black in that frame. We're going to fast forward until Father Winter gets here. I guess we could at the very end load back into the lot and see if the pictures are broken. Oh, there's a fairy here. Hello, fairy. Oh, we have some bike riding going on. Maybe Mom can make friends with the fairy. Come and do a respectful introduction to the fairy. Oh, I love that the bikes are just like have headlights on, even though it's like inside, but just because it's nighttime. Well, everyone's dancing. Everyone seems to be having a better time now that the funeral's over. And Father Winter should be getting here at 8 o'clock. Okay, I don't want to go to the Moon Rivalry Festival. I want to wait on Father Winter. Kids are making a mess. Can you actually... I think you should be a good girl and clean up the mess, because Father Winter is here in a summer outfit, but this is fine. This is fine. I want to make sure that the toddlers get a gift. So who is Father Winter giving a gift to first? I'm not even gonna mess with him. I'm just gonna let him do his thing. Okay, so first he's talking to the ghost. Maybe I'll have the toddlers make sure they're not dancing and they're in a good mood. Okay, toddlers, don't ask for anything. I want you to be given gifts by Father Winter. Well, do we have to ask for a present? I kind of want them to not have to ask for the present. I kind of want him to just go give presents, but maybe it's like we have to ask for the present. Okay, well, let's test it out by her asking for the present and seeing if he gives her the present. And also we can ask you for a present. I think if he was going to give him the gift autonomously, he would have already done it by now. So let's have her get a gift. Aw, adorable. Okay, well, obviously everyone's gonna have to get a gift, but I do want to get a picture of this little boy getting a gift first. Okay, he's glitching out. He's supposed to be asking his parent for something, but he's not old enough to ask for, so I think it's glitched out. But maybe we can go ahead and teleport him here, and let's go ahead and ask Father Winter, really Father Summer at this point, for a gift, and we can get a picture of the toddler getting a gift. Father Winter giving toddler little gifty gift here. So it's, there we go. Perfect. Alright, toddler got a gift. Alright, everyone else should get a gift. We'll just have it be fair. Okay, apparently kids still have to introduce themselves before they can get a gift. I don't know why toddlers don't have to. I mean, that was the glitch fix, that toddlers didn't have to introduce themselves, but kids still have to introduce themselves. That's kind of lame. Friendly introduction. Oh, well, I guess it's more important the kids get a friendly introduction in. Let's go ahead and ask Father Winter for a present. I just want everyone to be able to ask him for a present, so let's make sure she asks for a present first. I know I don't really need to do this because I already tested out the toddlers, but he automatically gave him a present without him asking. Interesting. Okay, well, are you gonna come ask Father Winter for a present? Come ask Father Winter for a present, perhaps? Come here? Yeah, you can like hardworking Sims. I want you to ask for a present. Ask for a present. Okay, stop talking with everyone. Come ask. Why is it not wanting to work for her? Oh my goodness. Hold on. Ask for a present. Oh my goodness. There we go. There we go. Alright. And then, Mom, you can come perhaps ask for a present. Dad, you need to do a respectful introduction. And everyone can ask for a present. I'm just going to check off the traditions with the ghost because I feel like we completed them with him. This is fine. You asked for a present. Alright, and now you should be able to ask for a present. And everyone's traditions should be complete. And then the last thing I really want to test here is loading off the lot and then coming back onto the lot and seeing if our pictures are still there. Okay, so everyone got a present. Let's end the holiday. Everyone's fine. And right quick, I'm just going to go save and go to Manage Worlds. And then we'll load back into the household and see if the pictures are broken or not. But right quick, I just want to load back into my save file. I still never saw any of the guests sleep in a sleeping bag, so I don't think that was fixed. Let's see. Let's test the ones in her inventory first. So let's just look. No blacked out ones. Manage photos. No blacked out ones. Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, so some of the things, but most of the ones that I tested out did work like they said they were going to. There are a couple of glitch things that I saw just from playing these 2 days. Now, that's not saying much. Like, I'm probably going to play other save files and find more glitches. But I feel like most of what they said worked. Most of it. And I did appreciate the additional items. So right quick, we're going to jump into Discord first and talk about a few announcements. Then we're going to jump into the patch notes and finish them off and talk about the new creator kits that are coming and the rest of the 150 plus bug fixes that came with this patch. I know, there's a lot. There's a lot to go over with this news of this week, but we got this. We got this. So starting over here in the Sims Discord announcement tab, there are 2 announcements that aren't quite Sims 4 related, but I figured they fit in a Sims news video, and they were both announced in the last couple of days. So the first one is that My Sims and My Sims Kingdom is coming to the new Apple Arcade via the App Store. I don't really use like anything Apple. Like I was just like not raised on Apple. I have nothing really against it. It's just that don't use it. I never have. I will obviously not be getting this on this, but it is the newest like Apple thing. So if you have that or you're planning on getting that, you can get My Sims and My Sims Kingdom on there. And apparently there is a bundle for it, or I'm assuming it is a bundle you have to buy as a bundle. I don't know. Maybe you can buy them separate. I'm not sure. But then the other one that isn't quite Sims related, but I feel like is in the Sims universe, is that the Max's team is on November 8th. So like the day I'm planning on posting this, because it is like midnight at that exact day. The team is streaming nearly 25 hours to raise money for Extra Life for the local Children's Miracle Network hospitals, which is really cool because, you know, Children Miracle hospitals, that's a really big, important deal. And the fact they're going 25 hours straight is crazy. I'm sure there's going to be like a bunch of different some people there. It's not just going to be like one person, but it is on twitch.tv/Maxis. It has a link for you to donate. I will go ahead and pull up the picture here so you can see all the full information. I don't know. I really think anything to do with charity is awesome. So I'm sure this has been planned for a while, but they just announced that this is the first time I'm hearing about it, but maybe it was bigger news and I didn't even know about it. Which is November 13th, 2025, and this is the Modern Retreat Build Kit by Tuds, the Garden to Table Build Kit by Brazen Lotus. Mixed feelings. So first, let me show you the actual full thumbnails with the creators' names on it. So this is posted on the Sims Twitter page, and it tags both the Twitter pages of the new creators. I have so many mixed feelings because one, obviously these creators have been working on this for so long. Like it takes a year to create a kit at least, if not a year, like at least 8 months. So these creators have been working on this way before this whole announcement of EA being bought out and everyone is boycotting stuff and whatnot, and people are not wanting to buy new things. And even I said I was going to be more picky about the kits that I bought, and really I would look at the items first and decide if it's something I actually want in my game, versus where before I was reviewing any kit that came out just so you could see content if you wanted to, just because I don't have that's like a way for me to spend less of my money, and also, you know, doing the same for expansion packs and whatnot. But I feel like kits I'm going to be most picky about. But always in the back of my head, I was like, if there's creator kits, I feel like I should buy them because I want to support those CC creators, because I feel like CC creators do wonderful things. Even though I don't use custom content personally, I like seeing the creator kits because it's like bringing custom content into the game, even though you have to pay. And those payments don't really go towards the creators. Now, the creators could still have a creator code, but a lot of creators, EA creators, have stepped down. So it's like, do they still have a code? And I mean, I'm assuming they would if they still have kits, because most of the creators have codes if they have kits. So you can do the promo code and get 5% to the creator, because they only get like 1 or 2 flat fees when it comes to the actual production money, which is not fair, which I've gone that rant a million times, so I won't do it again. But I will say I pulled up both of the Twitter pages, and normally when they announce the kits on their Twitter page, the creators go ahead and announce them on their Twitter as well. Neither one of them have. Like, they even said, this one says they took a month off and they haven't posted anything since. That was October 10th. But this is the creator of the Modern Retreat kit. And then the creator of the Garden to Table, which is the one I'm more interested in, is this lovely looking simmer right here, Brazilian Lotus. And as you can see, they are It does say they are an EA creator and EA partners. They haven't stepped down. They haven't posted anything since September 14th. Or is it? Hold on, no, that's a tagged post. Okay, no. Their last post was October 4th. It was about the braids and adventure await. They haven't posted anything about their kit either, so I just think that's kind of weird. So I don't know how to take that, because hopefully they're not going to be like, don't buy my kit, and tell everyone not to buy their kit like the day of. That would be bad on their end because it's their product. But also, obviously this person hasn't stepped down. This person, I don't see them being a person like an EA creator. They don't have an EA code according to their profile. So I don't know. I'm kind of waiting to see if they post their kits on their Twitter page. If so, I probably will buy them. But if for some reason they're like, don't buy my kits, then I won't, because I'm really only buying these kits to support the creator, less than to support EA, if you make sense. But as long as those creators are supporting their kits, then I probably will buy these next Thursday, or at least shortly after Thursday. Y'all know how I am sometimes. But other than that, that's pretty much all the actual announcements we have and new content. Now everything else is just bug fixes. Alright, so we have the full list of the 150 plus bug fixes coming to the game between base game and packs that are already out, not future content coming out, obviously, because it wouldn't be fixes if it wasn't something that needed fixing in the game already. But as you can see, there's base game, there is affecting multiple packs, there's expansion packs, there are game packs. Let's see, there's the game packs, and there's stuff packs. And they don't say anything for kits, but, there is some stuff going into the affecting multiples when it comes to kits. Like I said, have highlighted a lot of these already, especially these first few ones. A lot of them I've already highlighted. So I'm going to try to go through and read off the ones I haven't highlighted. And if it is something that I have highlighted, I realize that I read it without meaning to, I'll say that I've already highlighted that. The first one is sabotage interaction no longer is available on objects without completing Deviant's aspiration. I guess people will stop destroying your dollhouses randomly. Already did this one, already did this one, already did this one, and now relationship decay after having a baby was too fast and was destroying relationships. It has been slowed down. And then the setup milestone will now properly unlock and display after traveling. Have that Sims won't use their phone when in the water or jogging. We did see a bunch of Sims in the water and they weren't using their phones, so I guess that's a win. And then we have take a vacation day is only given to the Sim if their next shift is within the 24 hours. This means that some of the careers often have a 1 to 3 day free, so Sims must wait until the last day in order to request that vacation day. When the option is not available, it is now grayed out with a tooltip explaining it is only available 24 hours before the next shift, which I feel like is handy because it's not uncommon for a person to go, oh, I want them to have the next day off, so I'll just go ahead and take a vacation day. But there's like a day in between, so they're taking a vacation day on a day they already have off, and they're making it pretty much now impossible to do that and explaining why. So I do appreciate that. And then we have Sims put books, food, and drink into their intended inventories, bookshelves, fridges, respectively, instead of more random inventories, chests, or sticker storage boxes. Random Sims will no longer enter a home without knocking when using a sliding door. I already touched on the aspiration default, the infants, which we've already done. Excessive wants are no longer generated from music when there are other categories of preferences. Mischief interactions between Sims who both like mischief now can properly succeed. This was happening with Get Famous installed, and that has now been fixed. Get Famous is like my least favorite pack that I own, so fair. Dance to stereo music wants are now fulfilled when dance is using earbuds. Sims will no longer autonomously perform grab a drink interaction with the Tea Magic personal brewer. I wish they would also do it with the coffee brewer. Excitation that triggered while putting the baby in. Okay, we already covered that. Sorry. Infants now acquire the little babbler trait. Energized interactions will appear from energized Sims on all showers, including locker room showers. So apparently locker room showers were not getting the energized interaction. Fixed, a makeup color swatch selection applies to cast consistent, swapping all items highlighted. Tattoos are being worked on to provide the same functionality. Okay, so apparently something to do with the swatching color selection being consistent on swapping items, and apparently it's also being worked on in tattoos. Toddlers with level 4 or 5 movement skill will no longer walk as if they have lower level movement skill in certain moods. Sims will stop wearing hats in their nude outfits. Fun. When Sims go to work, all newborn, baby, infant, toddlers will be sent to daycare. Adoption events and pregnancy events were blocking this and now are resolved. Nannies and butlers will perform their duties more often and regularly. They will check to see if they need to perform their duties every 30 minutes instead of every 4 hours. That is crazy that they were only checking every 4 hours, because the shift's only like 8 to 12 hours. So that means they're only checking on the infants and toddlers and their duties 2 to 3 times in their shift. So now they'll be doing it every 30 minutes, which is way more efficient. So I appreciate that. And they'll stay in their outfits. So that'll be nice. Firefighters can fit into unroutable areas to better fight fires. Firefighters will be more useful. Soulmate status is now added when the friendship and romance track is full. The bug was caused when the friendship value was not updated in the romance relationship and assigned the wrong relationship bit. In existing saves, Sims can now be soulmates if they lower their friendship and romance value and then raise it again to achieve the soulmate status. That is giving them why the soulmate status wasn't working and how you can fix it in existing saves that it's already been glitching in. We have already covered aspiration goals resetting. Assessive townies will no longer generate every time a computer is used. We adjusted the filter for style influencers that are generating new Sims if they have not met a style influencer. Mood-related fears will not trigger after the fear in the dark trait is removed. We have had this fixed so many times, so we'll see if it actually works. Fixing cases where NPCs wear random weather outfits that they don't own. They were generating random hot weather and cold weather outfits, but I typically have the cold weather outfits not to wear. My Sims have to wear their cold weather outfits, but townies normally do, and they will just come in the most random cold weather and hot weather outfits, which I understand for like base game townies. They don't, if they haven't been given a makeover, they don't exactly have a assigned hot and cold weather outfit. Sims that have been made after seasons do. They just come in the most random stuff, and sometimes it's even Sims that you've made and you're just not playing with, and you invite them over and they're just wearing a random outfit. So apparently that is fixed. Made Sims with the neat trait no longer get stuck in the grill cleaning loop. Hopefully that includes Bonehilda. Creative Sim categories, excluding pets and tattoos, will now show their subcategories. Okay, I already went over that. Wants are now fulfilled when Sims listen to music through earbuds. And then we already talked about the sauna woohoo. We already talked about trash. Sims can gain more consistency while they're low at school and work while you're playing on a different lot. Hopefully their needs will gain a little bit better when you're not playing with them when they're at work and school. Complete an aspiration with the child sim goal is now complete properly in Alien Soul My Parents scenario. So that is apparently all base game, even though some of that stuff was obviously not base game, but this is fine. But it says affecting multiple packs. We talked about the glass wall patterns and the glass roofs. Patients and ranchhands will no longer arrive in random hats. And then we talked about the stereos. Nannies, gardeners, ranchhands will no longer return immediately after dismissing or firing them forever. Since like butlers or nannies, whichever came first, were invented, you would fire a nanny or a butler or whatever, now a gardener, branch hand, what have you. And then you would go to rehire another one and the same one would come back. So apparently they're fixing that. Cafeteria workers now show up as expected, and cafeteria workers will not leave as soon as the game loads from a save. Now we have expansion packs. To Forget to Work will now buy things which are for sale on display shelves for retail stores, and alien Sims will no longer repeatedly wipe out the memory of their spouses autonomously. That would be annoying. Alright, we already covered the Get Together one. For cats and dogs, vet clinics no longer get stuck on 3-star rating. On console, it's now possible to enter a cat and dog breed names for pets adopted from neighborhood stories. They we already talked about them accessibly exploring the bush, which I feel like tweaked, but not fully fixed. Pets adopted by household from neighborhood stories will now properly show their breed. Deceased, the time duration of taking dogs on long medium. We already talked about that. And also talked about the autonomously ongoing and getting knee failures. So next we have seasons. So we already talked about the first one. Funny interactions on teen and adult Sims will now fulfill the Good Deeds badge. Removed in-season tests from the research and evolve interactions, so it's possible to interact with plants out of season, which I did go over, but I didn't show off. We also talked about Father Weather giving toddlers gifts. Now we have Get Famous. So bouncers will arrive as expected at staff VIP exclusive doors on Studio BP Lounge in Del Sol Valley. Celebrities will now be able to be interacted with in retail stores. That was annoying, so I'm glad they fixed that. And actor careers now properly display in the active career and the selected career. Okay, as for Island Living, adjusted the timing to avoid overlap so it allows turtle hatching event to occur, which I really honestly didn't even realize was an event. I really don't know much about the Island Living events. Discovery University added benefits to the Dream Home Decorator career for Sims who have graduated fine arts or art history programs. Ego Lifestyle has quite a few, which this is one of my least favorite packs I own. But Sims can travel to a community space that has been updated to a maker space without experiencing crashes or error codes. Vendors will now consistently be available at stalls or selling tables at the marketplace in Evergreen Harbor. Vendors were not appearing at the marketplace tables after community lot types changed. Sims make more than just white cakes. Okay, yeah, we already tested that. In new save, Sims can now sell and own full wood jacket bike, which was discovered from the dumpster. We have households receive bills with owed values that positive a refund can now pay bills, allowing a refund to be processed and the bills to be marked as paid. Neighborhood action plans no longer show TNS when disabled in the game options. Moving the recycler and fabricator in build mode from managed world screens will no longer cause a last explanation. And lastly, incoming phone calls will no longer drop due to off the grid when the sim is actually off the grid, or isn't actually off the grid. Sorry. All right, so that was a bunch of stuff I really didn't care about that much. Sorry. Snowy Escape. Apparently, Sims no longer get a board mullet when the outdoorsy lifestyle for being inside when they actually are outside. With Cottage Living, they added a message to help players understand that gnomes have a reason for dropping gifts outside at holidays after Agatha Crumplebottom interacts with them. And then also eggs will no longer spoil when incubating it to hatch, which honestly I'm really thankful for, because that every time I've chickens, that's annoyed me. I guess that's one of the main reasons I don't play with chickens, other than the fact that they constantly need fed and they constantly have to be talked to. I think chickens just need to tone it down a bit. We have high school years. So a high school official will always be present to give out diplomas to graduating students. Let's see if they actually work, just being invited to the graduations. Teens graduating early no longer get resentful, no prom invite. Sentiments when Sims attend or skip the prom. Both Sims need to have not graduated early for the sentiment to show up now. Fixing immoral high school NPC students. Teen NPCs not living in a world that attend high school weren't aging up. This was particularly noticeable in multiple generation gameplay. So they've pretty much added a code where your sim will age up, and then the Sims that they go to school with will age up, which will be handy for me. I will be testing that in a soon coming up in my short legacy episode, because they're about to age up, and so I'm going to see if their classmates age up with them. And then Copper Del Llama sports mascot figurine now appears in build mode. Drama Club and Scouts will now complete after school tasks in the goal-oriented aspiration. I actually really appreciate that, because I think Drama Club and Scouts should totally count as after school tasks. When going to school on a holiday, the proper high school UI will show by default instead of the holiday UI causes, where there would be no pop-up option to join school or send alone when teens should be going to high school. And then the science fair judge shows up when expected and states the duration of the science fair event. Which, I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I've ever been to the science fair event. And then we have Growing Together. Sims will no longer stand ideal when a child... Oh, that's about the biking indoors. We already did that. Sims no longer receive random milestone moodlets without achieving the milestone. Daycare milestones will now unlock for toddlers and infants. Sims away for the lots when they return. Sims will not be forced to sit on the edge of the pool when pull out a loose tooth or wiggle loose tooth interaction is performed. Honestly, most of mine's on the bed. Child's Sims confidence no longer stuck on neutral and will change as expected. Winning a marble game will now add new marbles to a child's Sim inventory, and temporary guests will now sleep in sleeping bags, which we proved did not happen. Alright, Horse Ranch. Sims will not receive a fizzy moodlet from drinking crafted nectar drinks. Ranch houses will no longer stay past 7 p.m. So I'll test that in my short legacy challenge. Mini goats and sheep no longer able to use the gate when it's locked. Alright, For Rent has a lot. So let's see if it has some of the big ones, because For Rent's been causing a lot of trouble. So rent and bill selections no longer show 0, and tenants will now be able to pay rent. Hopefully that is true. We will see. Changing a penthouse lot type to residential rental will not result in white screen asserts or infinite loading screens. Tenant agreements remaining lease durations no longer revert and freeze when Sim travels somewhere and then returns to home lot. The pressure cooker will not cause excessive causes of unpleasant surrounding moodlets. Tenant revolt events will not trigger when rental unit events are disabled in the game option. Now to convert residential rental lots to residential lots when active Sim is not living in the main unit of the residential rental, which honestly is a good one. Tenants on residential rentals can send items on Plopsy and Trendy. Did not know that was a problem. Aspiration goals handle maintenance event now resolves after completing the goal. Resolved issues where property owners would fail to inspect or repair broken objects. That was a big one. The Garden Bright event and the Maintenance Trouble Lot event now progresses, and stoves and ovens can be replaced during the Explosive Malfunction event in non-residential rentals. So a lot about changing the lot from residential rental or other things into residential rentals, a lot about paying rent, and a lot about events. Not all the bugs that they have been having in For Rent, but a good amount of. And for Love Truck, we have one, as neighborhood stories romance actions will be prevented from happening between incompatible Sims. Previously, it was not taking a Sim's romantic preference into account with romantic changes. This now verifies the Sims are still romantically interested in each other's genders before considering the action to be successful. If you set your Sim to be into a certain gender, they will only be into that gender, and vice versa. If a townie is only straight, bi, or gay, they will specifically say that way unless you convince them through gameplay or go into Crazy and change it. Alright, So life and death. So like I said, I have been reading through these already, and a lot of these are not problems I have. And I have a whole series based on life and death, and I haven't had like most of these. Return to the office interaction is now available on the Reaper when assignments in the Reaper career. I haven't had a problem with that. Random NPCs will no longer replace Edith. I have heard that's being a problem, but I haven't had that problem. We talked about the funeral event outfit status fix, a child's death. Woohoo and Grim no longer gets canceled. I was not having that problem. We've been doing it all the time. Ghost Essence notification now fires properly, and players will only see this in TNS if the essence is actually being added. Fixes cases where NPC Waylon and Lady Raven Dancer were being selected by walk-by situations and pulled from their duties. I did notice that. We already talked about the display. So most of those I really didn't have a problem with. And then businesses and hobbies. Sims no longer reset and trigger last exclamation when performing grab food interaction after using secret spice perk. Customer Sims more consistently complete their laundry tasks before leaving the lot. Sticky finger aspirations and a Sim with own business now swipe properly at mischief level 10. Enchanted by nature, we have limited fairies to Inniscreen's options. Enabled fairy sims should not autonomously appear in their fairy form in any world outside of Inniscreen. So apparently that trigger just wasn't working. Most fairy eye colors will now be available for the infants or children and younger. So we already went over that. 10 out of 18. Connect to the power grid interaction is now available on lightning root when plant has bloomed. If a sim is on a cooldown from a cured element, pixies won't be able to immediately add it back. So that is businesses and hobbies and Enchanted by Nature. We have a good amount for Adventure Awaits. Now, to be fair, I haven't really gotten into the gameplay of Adventure Awaits yet. Like I said earlier, my build and buy review is coming out. I've already put out my Creative Sim review, but I haven't gotten into any of the gameplay yet, except for just like little gameplays doing in different series. Let's see what they fixed. We already did the curtain rod. We talked about that. Skills from Adventure Awaits no longer increase in sitting in on a skill class interaction at university without the pack installed. So apparently it's triggering university even if you didn't have university. Firewatch tower structure pillars in Wonderwood Wilds no longer disappear when zooming in and out using the Sims 3 camera. Child's legs will no longer show a wrinkle texture when wearing a skirt. Fix getaway outfit selections on controllers. Scheduler UI should display correctly after setting custom role outfits on multiple times, and the game should remain responsive. So apparently some outfits were having issues. Getaway Sims will keep performing activities and intentions during ultra speed, so fast forwarding was the issue. Fixing an issue where Sims teleported and exiting pool after performing woohoo in the water. Apparently pool ladders were not performing well and they were just teleporting even if there is a pool ladder. Camera shake now will properly align with the geyser blow. It was a little off time. Drowning, meteorite, lightning, cowplant, or freezing deaths now occur in getaways, so you can die now in those ways. Examine interactions will not fail if butterflies are placed in one of the center slots of the butterfly and moth habitat. And lastly, it is now possible to gift a friendship bracelet to an imaginary friend, which honestly just makes sense. Alright, so now we have game packs. For Outdoor Retreat, Sim prepares herbalism potion and places it in their inventory without any T-pose or animation issues. For Dine Out, Sims can now check off restaurant-related goals on a date. Something about 2 will now count towards dining spots. And then fix some drinks where they were appearing as water in restaurant menus. For Parenthood, the play with emotion interaction for children no longer will be grayed out with the tooltip asking to repair or replace piano when it's not broken. For Realm of Magic, players will now receive the bright notification starting their sim to become a higher-ranking spellcaster when they want to learn additional spells from practical and mischief sages, and now they can also purchase or win all 1 colors. Journey to Batu, which I don't have, NPCs will board the X-Wing and as needed for quest, a daring rescue resistance mission included takes fly rescue mission in X-Wing, and arresting someone first order will no longer get stuck to fail. Dream Home Decorator, which is so full of bugs. Clients will stop being unhappy even though decorating does the gig according to their preference. That is a huge one. So hopefully that works. Retro stretch booth now counts as dining chairs when performing bar renovation gig in the interior decoration career. It's like petite but neat. My wedding stories. Let's see what they fixed. Fixed class cases when wedding guests would wear random outfits. Okay, yeah. So the same thing as the funeral. And then with werewolves, they did quite a few on werewolves. So werewolves will no longer use their phone when rampaging. Lunar Expert Studios and I'm not doing good at words right now. It's late. Suspensively pile objects can now be cloned with the eyedropper tool. NPC sims who are not werewolves will no longer be seen as a werewolf pack member. Please note that these only apply to new saves. Werewolves no longer can break upgrade objects no longer caused by sims to continuously try to repair them. When overmaxing, the werewolf's XP bar will now properly reset and the sim will receive inspected ability points. We are down to the last 5 of this whole list, and it is all for stuff packs. So for the spooky stuff packs, we already talked about the pumpkin carving station being able to resume. For kids' room, monsters will no longer be spotted or under the bed when monster spray has already been used. For vintage gliders, butlers will stay on the lot and remain in their work outfit when you travel to the Sims other lot. That's been a problem since butlers have come out. Like every time I had a butler when I would leave the lot, especially in like my 100 baby challenge, oh my god, the butler would be there. It's like, bro, you're supposed to be keeping care of my kids. But anyway, nifty knitting, fix a cast unlock display, remove locked thumbnail in knitting clothing even though the item was unlocked. And last but not least, Home Chef Hustle. Sims with a glutton trait will no longer constantly eat prep ingredients when other foods are available. Oh my god, that was so many. I'm so glad I went through some of those in gameplay so I didn't have to talk about all those. My goodness, they gave us a lot today, which is not bad. I say today, this is literally a couple of days ago now, especially since it's after midnight and I still have to edit this. But I am glad they're fixing this many things. I'm glad they're adding free things to the game. I'm glad that they're attempting to fix bugs for things that we already have. I'm a little sad that they're announcing 2 new kits so quickly, especially being creator kits. They do have a couple other announcements that happened, but those were slightly more minor. But I do really like all the African culture stuff we got. I thought that was really cool, and I really do hope that they are serious about having more big bug fixes like this, because I just think as nice as it is to get new objects and new items and new gameplay and new free stuff to the base game, bug fixes are so important. So I'm so glad that we finally have those. So I know this was a long video, but if you made it to the end, thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this video informative and entertaining, because that was the purpose. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and do all that awesome stuff, because you guys are awesome people. I'll see you next time. All right, bye!